What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rhea and Fran giving you that Friday energy on a Wednesday.
Woo.
And ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot to discuss this episode, and we are very excited to get into it all. But before that, Chicks in the Office is presented by Microsoft Copilot. Before we get into all the juicy drama, which there is, we need to talk about the thing that is keeping everyone's lives organized right now, and that is Microsoft 365 Copilot.
I mean, Monday afternoon was busy with all the news coming out, and if you're trying to balance everything that you're doing, you're seeing all that, plus everything you got going on at home, the world's moving fast, your workday is moving even faster, you're pitching products, drafting reports, analyzing data. Microsoft 365 Copilot is your AI assistant for work, built into Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and other Microsoft 365 apps that you use, helping you quickly write, analyze, create, and summarize so you can cut through the clutter and focus on what's really important.
Yeah. And
which we have a lot to talk about today.
We do.
And you'll clear the path to your best work. So jump on it.
Right. Whether that's work, school, just for fun. There are so many ways to get organized, and also more to learn at Microsoft.com/M365 Copilot. Once again, that is Microsoft.com/M365 Copilot. We have so much to discuss.
Yeah.
Two of my favorite topics to discuss.
To be honest, if I had to really rank and give Rhea's top 5 things that get her excited in the pop culture world, these two are on there for sure. The Beckham family and Brooklyn, and Amanda needs to divorce Kyle.
And looks like we've accomplished that, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get into all of it. First, how are we feeling? It's the middle of the week right now. We are headed to LA Wednesday. While everyone's listening to this, and we'll be able to share that exciting interview next week with everybody.
We have 2 really exciting interviews. One that we're going to LA for, and one that's happening in the studio on Wednesday. That is really like a bucket list type situation. And people are going to laugh at that.
It's really funny.
But when you see what it is, you're going to be like, holy shit.
I will say everyone's reaction to that has been no way.
Yeah.
It's a crazy reaction. It's very funny. Everyone's going to, it's going to bring joy to everybody.
It is. It definitely is. So we have a lot of fun stuff going on this week. And I'm excited to get out to LA, even though it's really for 36 hours. But and of course, I don't know why. Every time we go over there, it's just like, oh, we get bad weather. It's just recently we've had bad luck. And it's not going to be that nice when we're there for the one day that we're there, which is unfortunate because I'm bracing for impact of these next couple of weeks in New York are supposed to be out of this world cold. We are getting a cold front. We could potentially be getting a shit ton of snow.
The snow excites me. If it's just cold, that sounds brutal.
Well, the snow is what's unpredictable. It's like, oh, it may produce mass amount of precipitation. If not, it'll just be brick titties out. It's 0 degrees.
Have you seen the snow in Russia, by the way? Insane.
Can't say I have.
They have 15 feet of snow. It's breaking records.
Wow.
People are jumping out of skyscrapers, just into the snow.
Into snow?
If you look at them on TikTok,
seems
the
unsafe.
videos are insane.
That does
cars
seem
are
unsafe.
15 feet under snow.
Yeah. One thing about my family is we love weather and talking about weather and predicting weather and tracking weather. My dad loves it. He's, that typical dad that loves to track weather. And there's been some discussions in the big family group chats of meteorologists with some early predictions on what the next few weeks could be like here. And
this weekend,
brace for impact, folks.
High of 16 on Saturday.
My friends are going on a ski trip this weekend, which I went one year and was like, that was fun, guys. I don't ski, so I'm not participating years forward. But they've continued to do it every year. This is the 7th year they've done it, I think. And they, oh my God, they sent a screenshot of the I think they're going to be in Vermont. And they sent the screenshot of the Saturday and Sunday. It was high of 0, low of minus 14.
What?
I was like, guys, you can't go outside.
No.
Where are you going to go?
Tell me where the enjoyment is in that, because I see none of it.
It's just not.
Speaking of bracing for impact, do you remember when my hat flew off my head last week and never to be seen again?
This is the level of just like, we could not be bothered. We were walking back to my apartment. It was so fucking windy from the office, and we're just in a wind tunnel, and like one big gust came and I went, oh no, your hat. And then Rhea like attempted to hold on to it, and then another gust came, blew that thing from 25th Street to 26th Street in the blink of an eye. Like, it was flying, and then it was moving at a pace that we were like, we cannot chase after this thing.
And when I went to go turn around to grab it, the light turned. So then cars were coming, and I couldn't cross the street to go grab my hat. So then I felt naked on 25th because the hat flew off the head. One of my favorites. I wore it last Thursday. If you want to see what hat.
No, that
now today I'm wearing a hat. I'm very nervous. Did you notice how I didn't wear it outside? I put it in my bag. I said, I can't wear this outside.
Keep losing hats like this.
No, I'm going to be hatless.
And then the whole rest of the walk, she was like, my head's cold.
I was fucking freezing.
Yo, that was a ridiculously windy day.
It was like a cartoon.
And it was a cartoon. It was like, my hat! And then and it just went rolling as fast as possible down the street.
Multiple avenues gone. But
and also like the most New York thing ever. Everyone's washing this hat.
Nobody's attempting to grab it. Everyone was just laughing.
Everyone's like, there goes that lady's hat.
Yeah, I was a fucking clown on the street. I was a clown show. Everyone was pointing, laughing that I didn't have a hat.
Yeah.
And it's karma, because I have made fun of Matt for
losing his hat.
Yeah, it's like an ongoing joke. Or when other guys are walking and their hat falls off and they have to run after it, it's like, ugh, why are you running after your hat like that? And damn, it got me.
Yeah. It did. It did.
But the interview we have in LA is actually two people that we have wanted on the show for a while.
Yeah.
I would say. So that's really exciting. And we'll talk about it more next week, because we can't really talk about it.
They're in a new movie together.
They're in a new movie together, and we saw the movie.
That might be too much of it.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's a lot of movies out right now.
I think people could probably put 2 and 2 together. If we're interviewing 2 people together, they're probably in a movie together.
Right.
Yeah.
We saw the movie.
Yeah,
we'll
did.
discuss more with them.
Yeah. So we're very excited to talk to them.
Yes.
Be good. But yeah, the snow is coming, folks. And
I'm trying to put this out of my brain.
It's all I can think about. It's all I can think about. I feel like I'm like just like that last report you're listening to for like the storm.
But when you
comes.
say that the weather isn't going to be great when we're in LA, like anything's good compared to this. So like, what is it? It's just like cloudy.
100%.
Like 60 and cloudy.
60s, a small chance of
The
rain.
only reason we're saying that is because it was 78 and sunny on Monday in LA.
Yeah.
So just to have that drop, you're like, oh, what the hell?
Yeah.
You
right.
know?
Yeah. It's just like the one wrong day of the week. Mm-hmm. When earlier it's nicer. But no, there's supposed to be some snow this weekend, and then like the next week as well. So, but like I said, it's early to predict. You never know, weather changes. But it's going to really impact the entire Northeast corridor.
Listen, you're making me very nervous about it. You were talking to me at our desk about it as well.
Yeah, and because I said you're going to be in Florida. We're both going to be in Florida. We're both going to be in Florida. But it's going to be like a do everything you can not to leave type
right,
situation.
Like how long can I stay there?
Without
having to come back.
Yep.
Yeah. So everyone brace yourselves, because we'll be back with a brand-new weather report for Friday on how things are shaping up.
I'll keep you all posted.
Please do. Because we got dinner in the city on Saturday, you and I.
Saturday will be all right. But
and it's going to be cold.
Wait, do you use that app? I think you use that app where it like tells you. When I did my walk through Manhattan, Trent and Tommy were with me, and Trent was like, I got to tell you guys about this thing. Like he was hyping this up, and we're like, oh, it's going to be some big thing. And he's like, you have to it's not an app. You have to follow this account on Instagram. It's so good.
New York Metro weather.
And it literally just tells you like, it doesn't even, it's just like, today's going to be nice weather. Like, it's as simple as that.
It just rates like a,
today's a
2.9 out of 10.
Yeah, and it's just like, and we were making fun of him so much. We're like,
he's just he's good. A lot of meteorologists sometimes, they get the report wrong.
But it's more like, isn't it the day of, and it's like,
in the morning.
It's like, today's going to be great. And it's
but he's also very good. He's been very good at predicting all the all snow and what the forecast is going to look like. Yeah, but also the weather app is shit. The weather app is not good. Like
I just use it for like how cold is it?
But I'm with you. I didn't know this person was a forecaster. I thought that they woke up in the morning, stepped outside, and was like, "This is my weather rating." That's what I took it as.
Today's gonna be a 5. Like they just
I always thought that he just rated the weather.
No, the guy does legit research.
Well, the post that everyone shares, it seems like he steps outside, goes like this, and says, "It's a 7.8 out of 10 today."
Well,
it's like how Dave does a pizza review. Like,
well, he makes weather digestible. That's why people like it. They're like, "Oh, this is a fun way to do it." It's like, "Oh, this is easy to comprehend." It's not in like weather jargon.
We're just like, I just need to know how cold it is. Like that, and I can get that off the weather app. It's 21 degrees.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Noah. I didn't understand why I put this out.
I need it for the rain.
So like today, it's like 20 degrees, really cold. Well,
if
I had to guess,
I'm
sure it's
probably
very
like
low.
2 out of 10 because he knows worse is coming. He's like,
true.
Guys, don't knock my guy. You don't know anything about him, okay? He's great at predicting weather.
I didn't know he predicted.
It's not his job.
What?
Like he does it like it's yes. Tuesday's weather rating 2 out of 10.
Oh, you called it.
Bundle up, NYC. High temps barely reach 20 degrees Fahrenheit later this afternoon with sunshine but blustery winds throughout the day. The vibes are straight up Arctic out there. See, he just makes it
some flair.
He does. He like makes it fun. Damn, Noah. I don't know what you're coming for him.
I kind of get what you're saying, but I could see both sides of it because like Fran is super into the weather, so this is fun for her.
I am fascinated by the weather. I'm just
like waking up and going, okay, let me check the temp real quick.
Yeah.
What kind of jacket am I throwing on? And that's how I'm going about it. You know?
I mean, most days I just need to know what the temperature is, but if it's going to rain, half the time the weather app is like, it's going to rain for 3 hours in the afternoon and then just it doesn't rain. Or it doesn't say it's going to rain and it does. They're very good. They're very bad at precipitation.
But you would say he's good at precipitation.
Yes, he is.
So maybe we need to look at it more.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, maybe we need to keep our
I'm just
mind
saying
open.
when everyone was talking about the snow over the weekend, he was good at predicting the snow.
And you know what? I like to hear that because I didn't hear about this snow anywhere. It feels like it came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And usually when they're all like yelling about the snow, like there's going to be a nor'easter, we get nothing. And then all of a sudden we get snow that comes out of nowhere that I did not feel warned about.
Yep.
So
yep.
There you go. Your guy's got it covered.
He does. He does.
All right, let's get into the more important drama besides you two fighting about the weather. We're going to talk about Kyle and Amanda announcing their separation, divorce, whatever it may be. Beckham family drama. Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen, because we're going to go note by note. I'm going Instagram story by Instagram story. You know, we got to cover it all. Harry Styles announced a new single, Aperture, coming Thursday night, I would say.
Yeah.
Thursday night.
Yep.
Karamo not doing press with the rest of the Queer Eye cast. And it's an interesting...
It's ending on a salty note,
it seems. Is, definitely. It seems like there was some drama amongst the cast. We have the Popcorner, and we have a great, funny, amazing interview with Anthony Ramos.
Loved him.
So interesting, so fun. We can't wait for you guys to hear it. So let's get into the topics. Abercrombie's 90s-inspired jeans are designed to fit and feel better than vintage. The classic silhouettes come in denim with just enough stretch to keep you feeling comfortable and confident. I just put it in an order for a couple of new pairs of denim jeans from Abercrombie, and I cannot wait to style them. Can't wait to wear them. Abercrombie jeans are my favorite. They're comfortable. They're cute. I love them. And every pair comes in both classic fit and their curve love fit with additional room through the hip and thigh to eliminate waist gap. Also, YPB, an active brand by Abercrombie, is my favorite active brand to work out in. The fabric is so comfortable and it makes working out so easy. And also if you have errands to run while you're in them, it's all so easy. It's the Sculpt Luxe and the Studio Flex fabric. So there's a pair for every single workout, or if you're just going to grab a coffee. Build your Abercrombie denim collection and more. Shop in the app, online, and in stores, or shop YPB by Abercrombie in the app, online, and in stores as well. Monday was a storm for big news. actually, Monday was a big day for Instagram stories as a whole, because we opened up our Instagram and saw Brooklyn Beckham's post, and we'll get to that later on. But shortly after that, I would say about 2 hours after, Amanda and Kyle both posted the same exact Instagram story, obviously something they have drummed up together, where they wrote, "After much reflection, we have mutually and amicably decided to part ways as a couple. We share this with a heavy heart and kindly ask for your grace and support while we focus on our personal growth and healing. It feels ironic to ask for privacy during this time, since we've always tried to be open and honest about our relationship, but your kindness and respect will go a long way as we try to navigate our next chapter, Amanda and Kyle." Now, do you think it was the embarrassing Snapchats of Kyle staying out way too late where someone wrote he needs to leave that finally put the nail in the coffin for Amanda to end this?
All right. I think they've been broken up for a while, to be honest.
I agree.
I think they've tried to make it work. I think the rumors of them living separately, I think them clearly not being together during the holidays was super clear. I mean, Kyle's posting with like his whole family and one dog. Mm-hmm. So it's like, okay, well, Amanda's not there, and where's the other dog? So that felt like that was a big one. But like Amanda was commenting on the Instagrams, like, where's Amanda? You know, because everyone was obviously freaking out. So they knew what people were saying. They knew what was being discussed. I don't think it was particularly on purpose. I think they were maybe waiting it out just to see. And now this new season of Summer House is coming out in 2 weeks. So it's like, maybe now's the time to just tell everybody that we're actually fully separated and dealing with that in their own way.
I felt I was in way too deep when my first reaction was, what did Amanda's dad think? What are her parents'
I thought you were just going to say, wahoo.
No, well, yes, I was. Here's the thing. You know, obviously, I've been rooting for Amanda to leave Kyle.
Yeah.
On one side of it, is it very sad that two people who have spent all this time together trying to make it work have ultimately decided that this is not going to work? Yeah, I do believe that to be sad, because in some ways it could feel like a lot of time wasted, or they could look at it as a nice time together.
Yeah.
And ultimately we have now parted ways and we're going to go separately.
And I'm sure they're both, you know, it's very sad for them.
And it's sad for both of them to come to the realization that this is not going to work. So yes, it's sad, but I also think it could be really happy for both of them. You know, I was always in the camp that Amanda had to leave Kyle because I think he's just such a man-child, and I can't get on board with how he acts at all at his grown age. But besides that, clearly he wants to live a different life.
Yeah.
And, you know, everyone is free to live the life that they want to live. And if Kyle wants to live the life as a traveling DJ like he's Avicii, then he can go do that now. And, you know, they can both be happy living the way that they want to live. I think he, from what we saw, treated Amanda so poorly, and she was so open about what she wanted, and he just strayed further and further and further from that. And then to finally be like, you know what, you want me to be at home more and stop working more? I'm actually going to become a DJ. The job where you have to travel and not be home the most was really just like a kick in the dick, I think. But ultimately, I think that this is a good thing for both of them to live the life that they want to live. Yeah. Now, what I'm not on board with is everybody suddenly being like, I want Amanda to date Jesse. I want Amanda to date Wes. Why would you want her to date any of those guys?
Amanda should live a single life for a little bit. Have some fucking fun.
She definitely should. She was with Kyle for so long. She put up with his shit for so long. She shouldn't have to put up with anybody's shit.
No.
She shouldn't be people being like, she should date Jesse. What? No, not at all. Like, we are not pushing for that. I don't think she needs that. I mean, have fun with your friends, yes, but like, I don't know why anybody's pushing for that, because I'm not. But I'm excited to see Amanda thrive without Kyle. I think that the time has come, and I think that although right now it's probably very sad for the both of them, they're going to see the light at the end of the tunnel and come out on the other side and go, wow, we did a good thing here because we just weren't compatible anymore. I mean, people have been bringing up old clips from years ago of Kyle being like, I haven't flirted with a girl in months. And Amanda's like, we've been together for 3 years. we've been together for fucking 3 years. A couple of months you haven't flirted. Like, he just was never gonna be the person she deserved to have. And she stuck around with it and dealt with his childish ass way too long, in my opinion. And now he can also go be free to stay out 5 a.m. at random people's houses and be on Snapchat, drinking drinks that aren't his.
Yeah.
While he gets mad at Hannah Berner for drinking. You know what I mean? Like, that was a whole other discussion with that. But all that to say, hooray.
Yeah. The Let Him Cook tour was probably a big signal things weren't going in the right direction as well. And I've seen a lot of people joke about that online, that like when that tour announcement came out, like that was the end of their relationship. It sucks because, yeah, like you said, I do think because their relationship is on TV, we're about to watch it all unfold. It's hard to ask for privacy and then we're all going to watch it happen on the show. My guess is it's going to be so blatantly obvious, not that it hasn't already, but that it's going to be so obvious watching this next season that it's not working for them, that when they finished filming, they were like, okay, well, we have some time to try and figure it out. And we'll either have to like really push for it to work or just it's not going to work. And then when the season comes out, we'll just have to get ahead of it and be like, yeah, we did break up. Because it's like, I think it's just going to be really in our face, especially from what we've seen from trailers and whatnot of clips. So that's, I'm sure we're going to see, because we already saw the seasons past has been like, oh my God, it's clear as day. So I'm sure we're going to watch it all happen. A clip of her is also kind of being recirculated of her on Jason Tartick's podcast, talking about how she was really under a different, like she thought prenups had such a negative connotation and divorce, it correlates with divorce and you can't even really bring it up because it's like you're bringing up prenup, you think you're going to get divorced, like all these things, and how she was like joking, like, yeah, I made a mistake. Like now I know that it's not that. It's just, important to protect your assets.
Yeah.
And you obviously want nothing to happen, but God forbid something does. So people have been resurfacing that to be like, there's no prenup, blah, 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 blah. We'll see what happens.
That was always a big discussion with them when they were getting married on the show.
Yeah.
Is that Kyle wanted a prenup and she was very against it.
It's got to be tricky though with Loverboy and everything.
I had thought that she had came around on it because I remember an episode of Watch What Happens Live where Andy asked her about it and she was like, I realize that that's not like what it means, but I guess maybe that was to try to like,
I don't know. Maybe it's just like I realized that what it meant wasn't bad, but we still didn't sign.
Right. No, I know. Maybe they did. Yeah. They could have done like a post-nup maybe when they were going through all this before they decided to separate. Who knows? But I mean, it has to be a little bit tricky just from a standpoint of they own a business together. Right? Is she an owner or is Kyle an owner?
So, I mean, no, I'm sure Amanda has equity in Loverboy.
For sure. I could see them still trying to work together while not being together.
Here's the thing. I think that they can really like actually be friends. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but both of their energy to me seem, and it always gets murky when someone gets into a new relationship, which makes things way more complicated.
For sure.
But for the time being, I think that they are both pretty aware of where their romantic relationship is. And it's like, I kind of think they can be friends and have it be amicable. Like they said, I maybe that's crazy me to say, but I don't know. And I think they've been doing it is the thing. Like, I think they've been doing it for months. Like, I think Amanda's been supporting him in some of his concerts.
I think that they've been doing it for years. So, I feel like they've been not romantically involved and they've just been kind of living as like roommates and work partners.
Right. Which is why I think that they can be kind of like really good friends and good support systems for each other, but it's just not meant to be a marriage.
Right. And they kind of just have to be okay with when the other person starts dating again, because that's where the real emotions are going to come out.
Yeah.
are they going to care or are they not? I could see Amanda not really caring because she's probably had to deal with him being like sneaky anyway. And she's probably like, at that point, like I feel like the girl is usually way done before it actually ends. You know what I mean? So it's like, I feel like Amanda's been done in her brain and now it's like really over.
Yeah.
I could see Kyle suffering a little bit more, seeing Amanda out and with different guys or dating because he's never had to deal with her being like murky like he has, you know? So it would be like a different dynamic, a shakeup that he's not used to. He's used to like having the you know, or what he thinks is the power or whatever it may be. But I'm excited for Amanda. I think, you know, also like, you know, defrost in the winter, come out in the summer. Maybe Summer House continues and we see both single Kyle and Amanda on a season of Summer House.
Yeah.
That would be pretty wild if Summer House continues.
It would be. I think it's really going to come down to how this season does and if they reconfigure the show.
Yeah.
Or not, because I know that's what a lot of fans have been talking about is like that this group may not be able to last. What I'm really excited for, and I really hope happens, is that all the girls can get back together and be friends and do stuff together. And when I say that, I mean like that Amanda can do stuff with Paige and Hannah and that it'll be okay because Kyle's out of the picture now. That's a dream for me. I hope they can bury it all and move on and have them all be friends because that's just, I feel like they were just such a great group and they all really loved each other and it just sucked the way that things went down with Hannah. And I think, I'm sure she has frustration still with Amanda and like how that all went down, but the root of that is Kyle to me. So it's like, okay, well, if you cut Kyle out, maybe everybody can be friends again.
Yeah, maybe. I'm sure there are some feelings there though.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
If Hannah's like, oh, now you want to be friends since Kyle's out of the picture, you know, like but you can always come
but
around.
It's like now I do want to be friends because Kyle's out of the picture because Amanda knew it was never going to happen with Kyle in the picture.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean that would be a great positive as well. I'm sure Amanda has the support of all her other girlfriends as well, and that would be even better if they can, you know, reunite. But you never know because that was like reality TV and like. How would they have a friendship?
Were all I do think that there was like real.
I think I'm like forgetting like anything before. You know what I mean? Like it's been so separated for so long now that I'm like.
Yeah, I just think.
But I'm
they
sure
were all
Paige.
so close.
I would imagine Paige would be really wanting that because it's two of her best friends.
Yeah.
So that would always be helpful. But
it would.
Honestly, it's like one of those things where we're not shocked, but shocked at the same time.
Like,
I
know.
I'm not surprised.
Like we were waiting for this announcement to come
because it was supposed to come,
but we thought like it was never going to come.
I thought never. I thought you know I just gotta wipe my hands of these two and just say they're never going to stand up for themselves. But they've done it, so you know hopefully they can figure out going forward. And I think it's going to be a great thing for both of them. I think they're both going to get what they.
I agree. They can both pursue the paths that they want to be on, you know?
For sure.
Because it's just, clearly they were on that way anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Moving on, Beckham family drama. So Brooklyn Beckham gets on his Instagram stories Monday afternoon and just unloads. He tells the world what he's been dealing with the Beckham family ever since he was born. He talks about stories from the wedding that we thought we would never get confirmation about any of these stories, specifically the Mark Anthony one, which we talked about this past year of Mark Anthony getting up there and introducing Victoria Beckham as the most beautiful woman in the room, and then Brooklyn having to dance with her instead of Nicola. Now, there are a lot of talks about this first dance, right? I do recall in this Page 6 article when it first came out that Brooklyn and Nicola had done a dance to Only Fools Rush In, Elvis. But it was for pictures. It wasn't their real first dance. And then their real main first dance was going to be the Mark Anthony one.
Yeah.
And that's when Victoria stepped in and stole it. So I'm not here for everybody automatically jumping to the defense of Victoria and David Beckham. Because why are people so quick to not believe Brooklyn Beckham stories? Immediately when I read these Instagram stories, I went, yeah, I believe him.
Yeah.
I believe him.
I haven't really seen that many people not believe him.
Oh, I have.
Really?
But it's a lot of older people.
Yeah.
And it seems like maybe a lot of British people as well.
Yeah, I could see that. I think that there's also so many people that can relate to this in some way. It not to the level of fame that they're at, but everyone has an instance of a little family drama here or there. It's just like, getting along with in-laws and all those things where it's like, I do think people look at their own lives and then they project, it's like they see that and then they relate it and it's like, oh, well, I totally see Nicola because like I have a crazy mother. You know, it's like it's an easy way to see what they want out of the story. But I 100% also think Brooklyn is sharing his own experiences and what has happened. And I mean, they're nuts. We can read through some of them, but he started this off by saying he's been silent for years and made every effort to keep these matters private, which is fair. It has been so long now. Unfortunately, my parents and their team have continued to go to press, leaving me with no choice but to speak for myself and to tell the truth about only some of the lies that have been printed. I do not want to reconcile with my family. I'm not being controlled. I'm standing up for myself for the first time in my life. For my entire life, my parents have controlled narratives in the press about our family. The performative social media posts, family events, and inauthentic relationships have been a fixture of the life I was born into. Recently, I've seen with my own eyes the lengths that they'll go through to place countless lies in the media, mostly at the expense of innocent people to preserve their own facade, but I believe the truth always comes out. My parents have been trying endlessly to ruin my relationship since before my wedding, and it hasn't stopped. My mom canceled making Nicola's dress in the 11th hour, despite how excited she was to wear her design, forcing her to urgently find a new dress. Weeks before our big day, my parents repeatedly pressured and attempted to bribe me into signing away the rights to my name, which would have affected me, my wife, and our future children. They were adamant on me signing before my wedding date because then the terms of the deal would be initiated. My holdout affected the payday, and they have never treated me the same since. During the wedding planning, my mom went so far as to call me evil because Nicola and I chose to include my nanny Sandra and Nicola's nanny at our table because they both didn't have their husbands. Both of our parents had their own tables equally adjacent to ours. It's crazy how much still this revolves around like wedding drama of like one day. One day, like the events of one big bash wedding. Right,
but they must have really, the planning process must have been a nightmare for them.
It really had to. It was. The night before our wedding, members of my family told me that Nicola was not blood and not family. Since the moment I started standing up for myself with my family, I've received endless attacks from my parents, both privately and publicly, that were sent to the press on their orders. Even my brothers were sent to attack me on social media before they ultimately blocked me out of nowhere last summer. My mom hijacked my first dance with my wife, which had been planned weeks in advance to a romantic love song. In front of our 500 wedding guests, Mark Anthony called me to the stage, wherein the schedule was planned to be my romantic dance with my wife, but instead my mom was waiting to dance with me instead. She danced very inappropriately on me in front of everyone. I've never felt more uncomfortable or humiliated in my entire life. We wanted to renew our vows so we could create new memories of our wedding day that brings us joy and happiness, not anxiety and embarrassment. My wife has been consistently disrespected by my family no matter how hard we've tried to come together as one. My mom has repeatedly invited women from my past into our lives in ways that were clearly intended to make us both uncomfortable. Despite this, we still traveled to London for my dad's birthday and were rejected for a week as we waited in our hotel room trying to plan quality time with him. He refused all of our attempts unless it was at his big birthday party with 100 guests and cameras at every corner. When he finally agreed to see me, it was under the condition that Nicola wasn't invited. It was a slap in the face. Later, when my family traveled to LA, they refused to see me at all. My family values public promotion and endorsements above all else. Brand Beckham comes first. Family love is decided by how much you post on social media or how quickly you drop everything to show up and pose for a family photo op, even if it's at the expense of our professional obligations. We've gone out of our way for years to show up and support at every fashion show, every party, and every press activity to show, quote, our perfect family. But the one time my wife asked for my mom's support to save displaced dogs during the LA fires, my mom refused. The narrative that my wife controls me is completely backwards. I have been controlled by my parents for most of my life. I grew up with overwhelming anxiety. For the first time in my life since stepping away from my family, that anxiety has disappeared. I wake up every morning grateful for the life I choose and have found peace and relief. My wife and I do not want a life shaped by image, press, or manipulation. All we want is peace, privacy, and happiness for us and our future family.
I mean, I read this and I instantly was like, yeah, I believe him. Like, it cannot have been easy growing up in that family and upholding a certain image. I mean, we know that the Beckhams have tried to kind of shape an image for themselves and put other stories under the rug a little bit of what happened in their family. And that's fine if they want to reconcile and live a happy marriage together, Victoria and David, good for them. But on the other side of that, you can sort of see in both of their documentaries of them wanting to uphold an image
for sure
for the public. And I can only imagine how much that weighs on the kids. Mm-hmm. And for the first son to be stepping out and fulfilling a life of his own and getting married. And we have to remember, he's the first child as well. So he's the first one sort of leaving the family a little bit and, you know, spreading his wings. And they were like, we're not having any of that. Now, what I took from a lot of this was that it felt like Victoria Beckham had a lot of maybe jealousy towards Brooklyn's wife, Nicola. Mm-hmm. You know, not going ahead and making her wedding dress. Now, people are recalling the Vogue article of them getting married where she worked with Valentino on her wedding dress.
Right. It said the process had been going on for years.
For whatever. Here's the thing. Do people not think that they could lie in a fucking Vogue article about how long things took and how things to make? Like, do you think Nicola was going to go into a Vogue interview and say, yeah, my mother-in-law actually stepped out and so Valentino had to step in and make this dress? Mm. No, she's going to go to the Vogue interview and say, yeah, we've been working with Valentino for a really long time. So, you know, we can't go back to that article and go, well, it says this here. Obviously, they're contradicting. Read what Brooklyn said. He is saying they have painted themselves in a way to the media in a certain perspective for a long time. So, yes, there could have been lies in that Vogue wedding article. So, good for him, I have to say, that it must take a lot to have been done to you to want to step out and say, I'm done with this. I don't want to reconcile with them. Actually, I feel so much better without them. Yeah. Because on top of that, he has to know how much is going to come now his way from this. Mm. I can only imagine the calls he was receiving after this from their team and from them. And the poor siblings, like him not talking to his it's all sad. It's sad. This whole thing is actually very, very sad. And I'm sure there's another part of the story where Victoria and David, they might have something to say about, oh, well, Nicola did this or they did this or that. And at the end of the day, we've talked about this with other, you know, famous parents where kids leave their parents. Kids don't just separate themselves from their parents for no reason, out of nowhere. You know, like, I'm sure, like anything else, there's his story, their story, and then somewhere in the middle of both things happening. But he had to have been fed up.
Yeah. 100%. Clearly fed up, clearly at his breaking point. And I think that I don't blame him because it has been fairly relentless the last few months of just tabloid story after tabloid story of them not talking and people being unfollowed and the birthday and not being invited and this, that, and the other thing. But the whole wedding situation really was such a disaster. And the wedding as a whole, this is why, like, when they renewed their vows, I don't blame them. They probably want to wash that whole day away because they also had major issues with the wedding. Like, they had hired new wedding planners really late, and then Nicola's dad sued the wedding planners. It was clearly a lot of issues with everything surrounding the wedding. It was alleged that Nicola and her mom were trying to keep details about the wedding away from Victoria with the wedding planners, and who knows if Victoria was trying to talk to the wedding planners and then they wouldn't tell her anything. It's like it was probably just so much back and forth of like Nicola feeling some way about Victoria feeling as if she's done nothing wrong, because I'm sure she thought that she was doing nothing wrong, but it could have objectively been wrong and bothering them in a certain way. I don't know. I kind of think both sides of these families can be sort of nuts. And to be honest, I find that to be the case with just a lot of families with a lot of power, influence, and money. The Beckhams have it. They have the name. They have the influence. They can obviously put whatever they want into the press, I'm sure. Brooklyn married into an insanely wealthy family. The Peltz family is billionaires.
Right.
Billionaires.
Yeah.
They're just not famous like that, like recognizable name as the Beckhams. So I just think that there's such a clash because they may be pretty similar in the fact that Victoria's used to always getting what she wants, and I bet Nicola's used to getting everything she wants too. Like, and it's just a sense that like they've never had to want for anything. It's all there for them.
Yeah.
And I think that there's no, like, that can cause a lot of friction sometimes. And I think both families could probably be a little nuts.
And that very well may be true. I think with a lot of money like that, like comes a lot of fucking ego
it's not even, exactly.
and problems and just you really you think you run the world and you think you can get away with whatever you want. So I absolutely
would peg Nicola's dad as one of those kinds of guys. Any sort of it's just so much money.
I absolutely agree with you on that I think probably both families have that. On the other side of that though, I'm thinking of it more in a traditional sense of Brooklyn seems like he wants to have like a traditional sort of relationship with Nicola, like husband and wife. And it seems like from what he's saying, that's kind of what he was implying, that like they just want to be, happy with each other. Yep. And on top of that, when you add the stories of the like specifically the actions at the wedding is so
it's inexcusable.
Out of line to sort of make your son's wife's day, and it's both of their days, about you, and you need the spotlight and you need Mark Anthony to focus on you. Like, that's out of line. Now we need to focus on the comment, danced inappropriately on me. How 500 guests, no footage? 500, was their phones locked away?
Yeah, I don't know if they had their phones.
Because when you throw something like that out there, now we are all wondering, what do you mean your mom danced inappropriately on you and you were
I don't know if they had
humiliated?
Their phones. Apparently she was nuzzled into his neck, is what Page 6 said. Which is fair because it's like at the end of the day, if it's a Mark,
we want footage.
If it's a Mark Anthony,
we're nosy people.
If it's a Mark Anthony song, it's like how Mark Anthony romance song.
It was a romantic song for him and his wife.
No, I know, but I'm just saying she probably wasn't bumping and grinding.
No, she wasn't twerking on Brooklyn. But she must have been, loved up on him. And he thought that moment was going to be for his wife.
Yes.
And apparently
nuzzled
Nicola,
into her son's neck on the dance floor, sources told Page 6.
And Nicola ran out and cried, and the family ran after her. That was reported months ago before Brooklyn confirmed that story on his Instagram. But as soon as that was written out, everyone was like, where's the videographer? We need footage. But it just seems extremely messy, and now there is no hope for reconciliation.
No, that's a disaster.
And it's really sad. It's sad, to see a family come apart like this. And
he clearly wants to be taken out. Like I feel like he has thought he was a cog in the Beckham machine and he wants out, I think there's so much to do with, of course, yes, the instances of the wedding, because those are detailed stories that have come out that everyone really holds on to. The first dance, like the Mark Anthony thing, no one's going to forget that. Like, that's just like, you're totally stuck on that. Even with what he was saying, with talking about like the rights, like his name and things like that. I think that I wasn't quite sure what that meant at first, and I had done some research and seen other people talking about it.
Family problems.
And that, 100%. And it's also has to do with just like, of course, their name is their brand. So I think, getting married, I think that had something to do with whatever prenup that was being written of, maybe who could legally use
the name,
the Beckham name, his name. I think probably a lot of that has to do with why they combine names. And it's like, that totally makes a lot of sense when you see what he said about that and maybe holding off so that he didn't sign it right away or anything, or if they're now combining the names, maybe that makes things different because it's still included. But it seems like an element of a prenup of when you have a brand that you make so much money off of from just your name alone, and you're about to marry somebody that is going to have your name, what is she allowed to do with that name?
Right.
Which I think is where a lot of this came into play, and probably where they had a lot of discourse and discussion, because my guess is Victoria and David are very fucking picky with what goes on and what is said and what is used when it comes to their name. And I bet you Victoria was like, if she wants to start anything that has Beckham in it, I have to have approval, all these things.
I can imagine her saying none at all.
Right, like it's imagining if Justin Bieber came from some mega machine family and the Bieber name, like he had parents that were like the Bieber name. And then Hailey was like, oh, I'm Hailey Bieber. I'm my businesses are Hailey Bieber. And they were like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
We're throwing around Bieber willy-nilly here.
Right. I could see Victoria being like, by the way, that could be her last name, but she's never allowed to use that name on any business she starts, not even on an acting credit. When she books a role, it's Nicola Peltz. It's not Nicola Beckham Peltz.
I can only imagine the conversations that were happening then, and they were probably insane. And it's true. Brooklyn probably wants to pull his hair out. He's been born into it, and I do find that I think sometimes with like a lot of these kids that are born into it, it's like they want out of it so badly because they crave the opposite of the way that this all went down, that now it's like, I don't want anything to do with this absolute like way you guys show love and do all these things as a family. It's so different, and it's not what other families do.
I can imagine the wedding planning process was so not romantic for these two, with two powerful ass families coming in to decide how your wedding's gonna look, what it's gonna be,
suing wedding planners.
Right, like, and none of it seemed romantic.
No.
So I understand why they like renewed their vows, but obviously, when a couple renews their vows so quickly after their first wedding, people raise eyebrows and they go, okay, why did they renew their vows so quick?
Yeah.
Something must have happened to make them do this.
Yep.
And now we know what that something is. I mean, I could look into this for days, and immediate reaction upon reading this was that I sort of felt bad for them. Like that they were like, enough is enough. We gotta just like post this.
Yeah.
And also probably the backlash and everything that the two of them are now gonna get from a lot of Beckham stans and things of that nature, and threats and all that, which is no fun.
Yeah, David was at Davos or something, and some like reporter was like, David, you have anything to say to Brooklyn this morning? He just like completely ignored him. Just like pretended he didn't hear the question, just kept walking by.
Right. It's a lot. And it feels, and I sometimes can sense people's reaction when you say something like that, where like you feel bad because they're like, well, what do you feel bad for? They come from so much money.
Yeah.
And it's like, yes, but these people also have feelings and can deal with all of these things, like Brooklyn named, anxiety, humiliation, embarrassment, he was born into this family, like, and then I'm also curious to hear Victoria and David's side of things,
Yeah.
What do they got to say about this? What do they have stories that they want to jump, what is the reasoning for acting this way? There's just so much to it.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I think it would only be, the only thing that they could do is nothing.
Right.
Where you come, like, I think, like, if you want to appear like the loving parent, you still kind of need to be like, I'm not going to say anything in order to protect my kid, despite whatever he wants to say.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that there's a jealousy thing with Victoria and Nicola? I think so, a little bit from reading this.
I don't know if jealousy is the right word. I think it's more of like a controlling thing.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's not maybe necessarily jealousy, but it's more like I have my children and I make the rules for them, and now he's going to listen to you and he should be listening to his mommy kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't know if I'm like, she wants to, I mean, the dance thing screams jealousy. The dance thing is like, I want my moment. But at the same time, the dance thing kind of screams control to me too. It's like,
definitely
hey,
control.
Let me tell you, I'm the one that's still in charge here, little lady.
But do you think that there's an element of jealousy of like this young, beautiful girl?
I don't. I don't know.
I think it could be a lot of things wrapped into one.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't think she has like a dartboard of her beautiful daughter-in-law's face being like, I wish I had her skin. Like, it's like, I don't think that's the case. I think it's more like you're taking my son away from me kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which is like, you know, sometimes that's...
You never know. I think it could be a lot of things involved,
Yeah.
right? Like, I think there could be multiple feelings at one.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. Yeah, and there's just so many layers to it. Her, like, what happened with the wedding dress? Was Victoria lying the whole time that she was going to get her a wedding dress and then didn't, or was going to make her one and then wasn't?
And Victoria made her friends dresses for the wedding.
It's legit monster-in-law. It's legit Jane Fonda monster-in-law.
Yeah. It's wild.
Yeah.
A lot of mention of what Victoria did.
Yeah.
Not David.
Did you watch?
But I guess the part where he said me with my mom.
Yeah.
I meet with my dad if only Nicola wasn't invited.
Yeah.
And
Did you watch The Girlfriend?
Yeah.
This is
I said that yesterday.
I get the girlfriend vibes
Oh,
from the
yeah.
whole thing.
Oh yeah.
That's
totally.
why I'm kind of like, we don't know anything about Nicola, you know?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Right.
Maybe
no.
they just hate each other. Maybe they're both devious.
No, they could be constantly trying to one up each other, and then you just hear we don't know. We don't know. All we know is what Brooklyn's telling us, and I do believe that like everything that Brooklyn is saying 100% can happen the way he is saying it. And then Victoria could be like, I don't think she ever will, but Victoria would be like, hey, well, here's a laundry list of things that I've had issues with him or with Nicola or whatever. And I'd be like, well, that probably happened too.
Right. She could be like, well, guess what Nicola did? And here's
Yeah.
all these things.
Yeah.
And we don't know that.
Yeah.
I will say the parts where he wrote that he was told the night before his wedding that she was not blood and not family. Like, that's sad. And that,
Yeah, it is.
and
It
that's
is.
what I mean by I feel like he's a guy wanting a traditional sense of husband
Yeah.
and wife, and being told by your family that your wife is not family
Yeah.
is so rude and upsetting if you're somebody who's really wanting that.
Yeah. I think they didn't really know how to handle like having the oldest son get married and having a new person in the family. And I think they have been such a well-oiled machine for so long that they probably just expected whoever was going to come into the family to just like fall in line and
Right.
listen to whatever they need or want. And when that wasn't the case, I bet they probably just got really fucking pissed off and decided to like hold things against them and take things away from them because of that.
And their biggest nightmare, a family richer than them coming in.
yeah, exactly.
Like,
yeah.
oh, your new girlfriend's family
Right.
is actually so much more wealthy than
Yeah,
we are.
like you can us
And
like
more
dangling
powerful.
money is just that means
It doesn't
nothing
wo-
because
doesn't work.
because you got plenty of it.
We can't pay Nicola off.
No.
She's paid already.
No, she's totally fine.
Yeah.
So
Makes for a good TV show.
Yeah, it is. It is crazy. But yeah, that's like I just think it's clearly they had. Man, his younger brothers must be like, I don't want to get married.
I mean, his younger brothers are like, hey, I'll take a spin around the block with one of Brooklyn's
Yeah.
exes if that's going to make mom happy.
Well, that's also it. I don't like this whole situation with his brothers too, because I do feel like that's why I feel like Victoria and David have used the siblings against him.
Which is never right.
I know it's not at all. I don't like that at all. But I do find that that's like I feel like there's probably some hey, you like the life you live?
And it always happens where there's going to be
listen to us,
the siblings that will listen to every single word the parents say, and then the siblings that are like, mommy and daddy aren't everything.
Yeah.
So
or just like, you gotta live your own life.
You gotta live your own life.
But it sucks to hear that they're all like just not talking at all, and he doesn't have any relationship with any of them, and
it's very Prince Harry.
There's a lot of royal family parallels.
People were
weirdly a lot of royal family parallels. It's like oh my God, to marry into the Beckham family.
Right.
It's like you're basically you're basically marrying Prince William.
People were making TikToks being like, in London right now, this is like the royal family for us, and everyone's like, so you guys have the royal family, but you then also have the Beckham family. They were like, that doesn't make sense. You already have the royal family.
I just think it's just a world famous couple, world famous family, brand, name, everything, like they said. So gosh, I just can't believe he unleashed like that. I want to know what's the straw that broke the camel's back, like, because this has been going on for years now, obviously. Mm-hmm. It's like, what's happened in the last week that Brooklyn was like, I'm firing up the Instagram stories, and it's going to be multiple slides.
Besides the context of the Instagram stories, that's kind of where my head went as well, where I thought, where was he standing when he did this?
Yeah.
Which leg of his home?
Yeah.
Yep. Which
was he on the beach?
Was he sitting? Was he standing?
Yeah. Did he write them all out one by one? Did he have them? He must have written them out, then saved them all as drafts, then posted each one.
Was Nicola sitting next to him?
Yeah. And
unfortunately, we did lose Valentino himself yesterday, passed.
Yes.
So there was a lot of conversation about the Valentino dress.
Yeah.
And then Nicola was posting Valentino on her story.
Right.
In the midst of all of this. So there was a lot of layers going on. And I really just wanted to know what wing of the
Palm Beach estate they were in.
Yeah. Where were they? Who was around?
Yeah.
Was having coffee when he did it?
My guess is they would be in Palm Beach, because I'm assuming they're not. I'm assuming they're not in England.
They live in LA, don't they? Though Nicola and Brooklyn.
Do they?
I think.
Yeah, I mean, so. I'm sure they do. I just know that they're in Palm Beach a lot because her family's there.
Yeah. Well, shit.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if we'll hear a response from the Beckhams.
I don't think so. I don't think so. And if we do, it's going to be the most cookie cutter nonsense.
I could imagine,
it's going to be a lot of words with them saying nothing.
I could imagine them going fucking insane when they saw this yesterday.
Yeah, no, it's disaster.
The family meetings they called,
disaster.
I wouldn't want to be in the room.
I would not want to be the next person who had a call with Victoria after that was posted. Like, imagine the Victoria Beckham beauty team was like, oh, should we cancel our 3 p.m. call?
Yeah, not sure we're gonna make it today.
We have a new product that's about to launch. Like, should we postpone that? Which, by the way, I fucking love Victoria Beckham beauty. Just want to throw that out there. If anybody's listening who loves, it's so good. I love it. I bought the foundation.
It's really expensive, right?
It's stupid expensive. It's $100. It's like it's maybe one of the more ridiculous things I've spent money on.
Is it like worth
But I
it?
saw everybody fucking talking about it on TikTok, where everyone was like, it's so expensive. There's no reason it should be this expensive. Why is it this expensive? And then they tried it and they were like, but it's really nice.
Is it really?
It's really nice.
I'm like, I've been loyal to House Labs, Lady Gaga, for so long.
House Labs is so great though, because that's a foundation and it has coverage and the Victoria Beckham is really, really nice, but it's not like
light.
It's light.
Ooh.
It's light. It's like I'm wearing it right now.
Well, you're selling me. Yeah, it looks really nice. It's like a light coverage.
I'm literally wearing it right now. And the
skin.
contour sticks also
Wow.
great.
Okay. Victoria paid you this podcast? No wonder you were jumping back and forth the whole time, thinking about throwing out how the pelts might be a problem. Victoria slipped you something under the rug, huh?
I do. I know. I like her products. I like her products. But that doesn't mean she isn't being monster-in-law.
No. I haven't tried any, but you are kind of selling me.
Yeah, I know. She's got nice stuff.
Victoria didn't call you before this to pay you.
Nice stuff.
Shit. Oh, man. Well, we'll look forward to seeing some sort of response in the future if there is one. But other than that, it's really just sad. I would say. Like, you know, it is funny. A lot of the things we can all joke about, obviously.
The memes and
they're
the jokes
nonstop.
about what Victoria dancing inappropriately. The memes that are coming out are so fucking funny.
It's so funny. It really is.
Yeah.
But on the other side of that, you just remember like him talking about how embarrassed he was.
Right. You're like, that's probably the worst moment of his life. And he has to watch people repost like videos of Dorinda Medley dancing and then be like, this is Victoria at the wedding.
Right. Of housewives doing splits on it on the dance floor. And Lisa Rinna at Andy Cohen's baby shower, you know, that type of shit.
Yep.
But it is funny, but it is sad.
No, it's
so
what a disaster. I obviously I feel terribly that it had to get to this point that he had to unleash the Instagram stories. So.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. The new year doesn't require a new you, but maybe just a less burdened you. Therapy can help more easily identify what holds you back by offering an unbiased perspective to better understand your relationships, motivations, and emotions. BetterHelp does the initial matching work for you so you can focus on your therapy goals. A short questionnaire helps identify your needs and preferences, and our 12-plus years of experience and industry-leading match fulfillment rate means we typically get it right the first time. If you aren't happy with your match, switch to a different therapist at any time for our tailored recs. BetterHelp makes it easy to get matched online with a qualified therapist. Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/office. That's betterhelp.com/office. Moving along to more sad news, in my opinion, drama-wise. Karamo.
I thought you were going Harry Styles next. I was going,
No, that's exciting news. I wanted to
end
on a positive note, so I kept our little Harry smoochie to the end. But Karamo stepped out last minute of doing press for Queer Eye. The new season's out. And, I mean, the drama
never ends in this group, and because it's always one of them.
It's always, and we know that Bobby Burke had stepped away, and it seemed like, you know, there was some drama, but you know, always the classic responses of we're always going to be family, but we're going to fight, and the whole thing. Same thing happened this morning when Karamo stepped out of doing press last minute, and when they were asked about the drama, same sort of answer.
Yeah, not good, because it was sort of a very similar situation where a lot is being said and nothing's being said at the same time, because Karamo pulled out of interviews in fear of being bullied, is what he said, which is a strong statement.
It is.
And then he also made like a video message for the Today Show, I believe, was one thing, and then they were also on CBS Mornings, and it was like, I want to practice what I preach, basically, to, you know, take care of yourself, take care of your mental health, don't put yourself in situations that are going to hurt you. And he was like, you know, I'm just listening to my own advice. And you're like, okay, great. They're doing press right now because the 10th season of 10th year, they've been doing it for 10 years, promoting the new season of Queer Eye. So with less than an hour, he did not show up to the interview with CBS Mornings. Instead, Gayle King read a letter that he wrote. I hope everyone remembers the main theme I have tried to teach them over the past decade, which is to focus on and to protect their mental health peace from people or a world who seek to destroy it, which is why I can't be there today. The award-winning journalist added that she received a statement from Brown's assistant that claimed the reality star is, quote, worried about being bullied. Brown's castmates expressed their shock at his absence. Anthony had said, surprise is a fair understatement. I will say our Queer Eye family, we've been doing this for almost a decade, which is pretty wild to believe. And families are complicated, and we're definitely not excluded from that. He said, I think two things can exist at the same time. And while that is definitely true, we're also here to showcase the incredible heroes that we have and honor the legacy of this past decade of our lives. And then Jonathan had said, I would say one thing that I've been so honored to learn about Karamo in that time is that we have to meet people where they're at. He has taught people to center what they need, and I'm actually really proud of him. Center what you need, do the things that you need to take care of you. I'd be lying if I said I didn't feel that sometimes. It's really beautiful. We do need to center what's best for us sometimes, and I take my hat off to him for doing that today. Now it's just like, it's messy because once again, Gail kind of asked them like, hey, do any of you want to really address what he's saying? And they did, but sort of didn't. It was like, oh, we respect that from him, but also we're here to talk about the show and we're here to share the stories of the people we helped. But I'm going to say he wasn't show up for fear of being bullied is like, well, he's not being bullied by you guys is what clearly he must be saying. So what's going on here? No one really addressed that part of it. But last week, apparently fans noticed that Karamo had unfollowed Tan, Anthony, and Jonathan ahead of the season 10 premiere. Mm-hmm. They have had a messy 10 years. I'm very excited for when like the documentary of the behind the scenes of Queer Eye comes out in, whatever, 5 to 10 years, because I'm sure it's coming. And they'll all have something to say about it because while, yes, they've done great work and helped people, and like I love watching Queer Eye. It's such a comfort show, and I think, the work that they do and the people that they help, it's so great. But that dynamic between the 5 of them has gotten messy. And I feel like certain seasons, some of them are close, the friendships change. Some have always felt like they've been on the outs. Like I felt like Bobby always felt like he was on the outs. And then some of them were always like best friends. Like Tan and Anthony always seemed like they were so close. And then Jonathan's also been in the mix of rumors of bad behavior on set and things like that behind the scenes of Queer Eye. Karamo saying this now. Karamo's taking himself out of it. He must have been like, look, this is the end of the road here. And we're done filming and I don't even want to do press with them anymore.
One of them will be releasing a memoir.
Yeah, it's going to be a race to who does it first.
Right. One of them will, though, and it's going to include...
Well, some of them have written books already.
I believe so. Tan, definitely.
Yeah, I think Jonathan has too.
And Jonathan, I think...
I bet you most of them have.
Because I'm pretty sure...
But not all the... Maybe not... It's just not all the Queer Eye stuff, I don't think. But I think most of them have.
Because I do have an image of Jonathan's book in my head.
We have it literally on our
Over
desks.
the top. Yes. Over the top,
Karamo has a book. Tan has a book. I'm sure Anthony has a book.
Right, but now a new one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we interviewed both Tan and Jonathan in 2019, and that they both released their memoirs then.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why I was thinking memoir
for sure.
them. But
we need post Queer Eye stuff.
We do need
and fans
post
think
Queer Eye.
that Karamo blocked them all because it's like, how you can see if people are tagged. Like if you go back to pictures and see if they're tagged, and if they're not, it's probably blocked. Because someone said there's no trace of them at all in his Instagram. Unfollowing doesn't erase old comments and likes, but blocking does. Karamo's IG has been scrubbed of all traces of the 3 of them.
So interesting. I mean, what's so sad, and like you said, is that Queer Eye is such a positive show.
Yeah.
And my goodness, does it seem like anything behind the scenes having to do with Queer Eye has been nothing but negative.
Yeah.
And
Bobby, I think Bobby and Tan, right? Bobby and Tan had issues.
Were the ones that were fighting.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. Karamo saying he didn't want to go in fear of being bullied.
Strong statement.
That's a strong statement.
It is.
And at first I wondered if he meant by the fans or by them, but it seems like it's by them because why, what I mean?
Why would it possibly be the fans? I don't know. Maybe if something's... I don't know. I feel like bully... I think maybe he just meant like in fear of... Like maybe just being ganged up on or
by
being left
pushed
out
around by
the group.
them. Yeah, because bullying could mean a lot of things.
Yeah. But you don't know, behind the scenes, maybe they're all hanging out in the green room together, but they don't want him there.
Right. And that just is uncomfortable. And
especially if he fucking blocked 3 of them last week, then that's probably going to cause some tension.
Right. Exactly. They're definitely going to have separate green rooms.
Yeah. Then they probably aren't going to want to all do an interview together and put on a happy face.
But this is drama, and it's not the first time that they've had to deal with this publicly.
No.
So when this season ends, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a little bit more.
Yeah, there has to be.
For sure.
One of them it's going to be a race to who does the behind the scenes, either the doc or the series, something where they're talking about what was going on while they were making this show, because it just seems like every year the dynamics changed, or this happened, that happened, and they're probably all pretty happy that I think this is the last
Thank God they're
season.
ending it. Thank God. We don't need these people fighting anymore.
Yeah. Yep.
Last topic, super exciting. We were discussing last week whether or not our guy Harry was going to release a single, and that he is. Aperture will be out Thursday night. He's releasing it midnight London time, correct?
It's at 00 UK, so
I think
does that mean? No, I know, but I'm saying, will that be
00 like written like that before?
Will that mean military time?
No, I know. I feel like is that how it is? I don't know why. Like in my mind, it wasn't like it never hit 0. It was just like
military time.
Yes. But yeah, if it's London midnight, then that means
right. Does that mean it's 6 o'clock here?
Yeah, and then we're gonna be in LA, so it'll be even earlier.
Oh.
For us.
Oh my gosh. So it'll be like 3 o'clock.
Right? What's here to
five,
London is 6 or 5?
It changes.
It's 5.
Right now.
Oh, because of daylight.
Right now
daylight
it's
savings.
5.
It's either 4 or 5 depending.
No,
on...
it goes from 5 to 6. It changes back and forth between 5 and 6 because of daylight savings.
I thought it changed between 4 and 5.
No, it changes from 5 to 6.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I was there. I could have sworn that it was. It's always usually 5.
It's 9:15 there right now, so it's 5 ahead.
And
right
then
now.
in the summer, I believe it changes
goes
to
to
6.
6.
Can you double check that? Because Noah's really fighting me on this.
Yeah.
I just remember being like, wow, we're only 4 hours difference when we were there.
No, Noah's right.
I lived there, bro.
Time difference between London and New York is 5. New York City is located in during summertime. This becomes 4.
Because all the other countries are 6.
Yep.
UK is 5. So the other countries become 5 when it's daylight.
Yeah.
And in the UK becomes 4.
Yeah.
And it never becomes 6?
No, that's just the rest of Europe.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I apologize. I was
Thanks.
so wrong.
No, you had me questioning myself. I was like, I swear.
And
it was
I
four.
thought you were right,
I
too,
had
yeah.
thought I was so right, and I apologize.
No, I just remember being like, it's kind of crazy that we're only 4 hours
And I was being
difference.
snippy about it. I was like, I'm right and you're wrong, bucko.
Yeah.
So my bad.
Yep.
Damn.
5, but it's normally 5 hours.
You know what I was thinking? Like every time Harry Styles puts out new music, I feel like we're in LA. Not really. It happened Fine Line. That when that album came out.
That's true. Yeah, it was just that one
It was
time.
just that one time. And this time.
But not the whole album. Are you still
think
stuck
this
on
is-
the timing?
Yeah, because now it's like it changes in October also, but it's only like for 5 days.
Yeah. It's like for like a week or whatever.
Yeah. Because how long is London 4 hours ahead of New York? It only says in 2025 from March 9th to March 29th, and then from October 26th to November 1st.
Because
the
they don't
times
have
that it was
daylight
4
savings over
hours.
there. Or do they? I think that's why it doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't really know how it works. But I just remember when that happened, I was like, wow, I'm only 4 hours off for a week
Right.
from like,
Interesting.
yeah. Do you think this song is going to be a disco or a Kiss song?
Let me look up the meaning of aperture before I get back to you on that.
It's
Well, I always think of
it's
a camera.
It's a camera, like how much light you let in and out of a camera.
An aperture is a general term for an opening or hole, but in photography it refers to the adjustable diaphragm within a lens.
Yeah, for
Oh.
the amount of light that comes in and out
Disco.
of the lens.
Yeah, that sounds like a disco maybe.
Is it bad to me? Like, I know, like, when I saw Aperture, that frickin' Bruno Mars songs just started playing in my head.
I don't even
Not
know.
Bruno Mars.
Aperture.
Is it Bruno Mars?
I don't know any song.
Pizza.
Your hair is. Oh, it is Bruno Mars.
Is it
and
sticking out
It
in
was
a weird place?
sticking to the mic.
Oh.
That is
Pizza,
Rose
pizza,
and
pizza,
Bruno Mars.
pizza. Pizza.
Is that because they just played that when Shut Apatow came out?
I don't know why. It's just like when I heard the word aperture, that just made me think of that because there is an A and a P and a T in the word. Yep. So this, I'm very excited though.
Me too.
So close.
We might be grooving together.
I'm glad we were right that we also thought he was going to put out a.
Yeah.
Single.
I wonder if there's going to be more.
There could be more. There could be.
Could be.
I remember when he
I
put-
would guess one more after this.
Lights Up. I remember when he put that one. That was the first single of Fine Line.
I remember exactly where I was when I heard Lights Up for the first time.
That's an underrated song.
Me and
It
Fran
is.
were sharing a room in Miami and we were watching SNL.
Yep.
and he performed Lights Up on SNL.
Yeah.
And that was when we recorded an entire episode that didn't record.
Yeah.
You remember
Good
that?
times.
Good times.
Yep.
It wasn't the full one. It was probably only like 40 minutes.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah, no, we don't have
it
to
was a long time ago, you know?
Yeah.
Don't
okay.
even put that into the world when we're going like.
Aperture, aperture.
I could hear Harry singing in that song. Groovy.
I know, that's why it's just it's the only thing I can think
hope
of.
it's something that really gets us like in the mood to groove on Thursday, you know?
I hope
like,
so too.
Ooh, puts us in a good mood,
Yeah.
Do you
good
think
vibes.
He'd ever have a feature?
Yeah.
He's never had a feature, right, on an album, like another artist.
No. But I think he would. I don't think
Yeah.
My guy doesn't need features.
he's got other people's voices and stuff. But no, I
Yeah.
don't.
Not like a famous artist.
No, but I think if someone crazy
Stevie
wanted
Nicks.
to do a song with him,
Lenny?
I don't.
You think Lenny will
No.
drop on the
That would be
guitar?
unbelievable.
Lenny did leave a comment on the post, the album announcement post. So
Yeah.
I wonder if he's heard the whole thing.
He
I'm
must.
sure he has.
Oh, those lucky sons
So
of bitches.
exciting,
I'm so
but-
excited.
Yeah, I'm pumped. That's
This will
gonna
be
great.
really good. Harry, please, because I'm very nervous for our interview in LA, and it seems like timing wise that this will be released before
Right,
that,
right
and I
before.
would like for something to listen to that will calm my nerves.
There you go.
So please, Harry.
Ooh, and Noah Khan's putting out new music next week. You see that?
Oh,
Noah?
he is? No, I
Yeah.
haven't.
Ooh,
Yeah.
My good pal.
yeah.
You're a good pal. I'm very excited for that too. It's been a while. He hasn't put out any music in a while.
Yeah, now that I follow him on Instagram, like he's very funny on Instagram. He always is posting stories like, I wish I could put this album out, but like you'll understand like why I can't, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, he's been teasing it a lot.
Yeah, so he's got a new song coming out not this week, but next week.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
New music.
Good stuff.
Yes. Very good stuff. Please, Harry, delight us all with this single. I'm not putting pressure on it. It's going to be very good. I know it. Okay, that wraps up the topics.
I know that when you start the year, you start to put some serious limits on yourself or goals. You dream big. You want to get everything done right away to start the new year. Well, it's so important to start doing all those things and to feel strong and to feel good and to get to the gym no matter what it is you want to do. I know sometimes for me, there are days when I get there, all the days I want to be there, and some weeks where it just doesn't work out, but you just got to know that you're making the most of your time because it's important to stay strong. And Planet Fitness is great for a judgment-free environment where you're free to get strong your way on your own time. You can feel your strongest, your best self. They have some great equipment. I know you've probably seen this equipment in some other, more expensive gyms, but Planet Fitness has everything that you need. Plate loaded strength machines, hack squats, supine benches, seated calf raises. Plus you can do free weights, cable towers, treadmills, stair climbers, everything that you're looking for in a workout. Some days I want to go in and just use the free weights, maybe get a little lift, or you just want to go walk on the treadmill. It's so cold out in New York City. You just want to get some steps in and do that at Planet Fitness. Most locations are open 24 hours and memberships start at $15 a month at over 2,800 locations. We're all strong on this planet. Join today in club, online, or in the free Planet Fitness app. Hours, amenities, offers vary by club. Check out planetfitness.com or stop by your local club for more information. You must be 18 years old to enroll or 13 to 17 with a parent/guardian.
All right, let's get into the pop corner. We're taking your hot takes, your voicemails, your opinions. Let's get into it. Play it, Noah. Play that beat, Noah.
Hi, Rhea, Fran, Olive, and Noah. This is McKenna from Houston. I'm watching Traitors right now, and my hot take is that during the challenges, I feel like if people win a shield, they should be able to use it at the round tables as well, and it also could protect them from murder. Because I remember a couple seasons ago, or it's happened a few times, I think, where people will get a shield and then they're banished and then, nobody has a shield. And I also think it would give the traders more of an incentive to go for a shield because some traders, like Rob, I feel like are more passive and will just let a faithful have a shield because they don't want to like seem too obvious or they're just super nice. So I feel like it would just make it more of a competitive challenge. So yeah, let me know what you think. Love you guys. Love the show. Come back to Austin, please. I want to see you guys, or come to Houston. That's where I live. Anyway, love y'all. Bye.
Both places in Texas, and we're going to Dallas.
Yep.
But love you, appreciate you. I actually agree with this because it's sort of like Survivor, where someone can play an idol at a tribal council,
right?
And you have no idea, and you play it before the names are read, and they could do the same thing for maybe Traitors isn't doing it in fear of it being too much like Survivor, because if Alan Cummings got up there and in front of everyone said, all right, before we go around the table and read the names, if anyone has a shield and wants to play it, it's very similar to Survivor. So
it would be cool though if like everything happened normally, and then you don't, until you stand up in that circle, you say I have a shield, and then no one still knows like if you're faithful or a traitor.
Yeah, that would be a way to go about it in a different way, where it's like
because you can't. The thing is, they can't reveal. No. Obviously, if it's a traitor, they can't, or if like you still can't know the person's identity.
Yeah, you just say like I have a shield, and it's like you still don't know. Yeah. They're just playing like, I'm not going to be sent home now.
Right. They wouldn't reveal if they're a traitor or not. They would just go up and say, I have a shield.
Right, right.
Yeah, but after the names are...
Yeah, after like
everyone goes around and says their names. That would be a different way to go about it, because if everyone wrote their names down of who they wanted to vote out, and then it was like, but they don't show the names, and then it's like, who has a shield? It's too much like Survivor.
That would be a lot of good drama too after that, of like, then you're still in the house, and then everyone who just tried to send you home is like...
Right. But then they have to sit down at that round table and go again.
Yeah.
You know, but then the episodes might be way too long.
Yeah. I do like the idea. I do feel like there's something that they could do there with some sort of save at a round table where you can save yourself from being sent home at that time.
I agree.
Yeah. But I'm sure it just does get messy in the voting, and then it just gets messy in the timeline of like making sure enough people leave. Right. So that the show can continue. Like, so like you need to eliminate people.
So true. Not everyone could stay.
Yeah, like people have to start leaving for the numbers to make sense in the game.
Very
have
fair.
To do like multiple.
Yeah, I think it would have to be like a once or twice in the whole season kind of thing. Like there's one shield.
Like a special shield.
Yeah, that can be used at a round table, and you don't know like what challenge it's going to be there for, but you just know that at any point in any of the challenges, you might find the one round table immunity shield.
Yeah, I like that idea a lot. I think that would be fun just for one of them, not for the whole season.
Yeah.
Hi, chicks. This is Kelly from Atlanta. Beat ran for episode 176.
Nice.
Absolutely love y'all. Super excited for book club. I have a question for the group, but more specifically Fran. Fran, like you, I am a massive Potterhead, but then also specifically, I love the Harry Potter score throughout the movies. And I wanted to get your opinion on the news that Hans Zimmer just signed on to assist with the score for the HBO Max show. Obviously, I know you're a huge Hans Zimmer fan and probably have a lot of opinions. I'm partially a little nervous because I think John Williams did such iconic work with the bulk of the movies and, of course, with Hedwig's theme. But Hans Zimmer just brings something I think really new and interesting while keeping it a little classical. I know there's another like duo. I'm forgetting their name now that I'm trying to think of it, but there's another duo that's helping him with it. And I just wanted all your thoughts and opinions. Love y'all all so much. Have a great day. And I'm excited to hear your thoughts. Bye.
Wow. You know, she is right on the nose with that yes, it is something that I saw. It is very exciting. John Williams is dead.
Is he?
I think.
No, he's alive. He's 93.
Shit. Sorry, John. Man. Sorry, John. 93. 93, he's not working anymore, you know? But
he can still sit in this chair.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just, my guess though is you want the show to have its own
I'm sure
similar but different sound.
Yeah.
Where it's like you don't want it to have the exact same. But he is doing Hans Zimmer and his music company Bleeding Fingers Music are set to compose the score for HBO's Harry Potter series. I have complete faith in Hans Zimmer. no matter what. The man is a genius. He's never let me down, and I don't expect him to let me down with this. I think he'll crush it.
What's your favorite work Hans Zimmer has done?
Dark Knight.
It's up there because, you know, my heart tells me The Holiday.
Oh, come on.
That is just an iconic score. When she's running, and then there's the perfect little pause as she pushes the gate open to run back to Jude Law.
You know what? Fair.
It's amazing. However, Interstellar is probably
Inception
number one.
is also, he did Inception, right?
Yes.
That's up there too. Any of those Nolan movies.
Interstellar is really incredible. My dad, I listened to Hans Zimmer in the car with my dad all the time. He listens. That's his go-to press play when we start driving somewhere. Is Hans Zimmer.
Dunkirk.
But I mean, he's also in the classics. Lion King.
Yeah.
Pirates.
Boss Baby. Just kidding.
One of the most classic.
Dune.
Yeah.
Dune's an iconic one.
Some of these movies, I'm looking at it like, I didn't know he did. Like, he doesn't do, I only think of him in terms of Christopher Nolan, but he does some, like, he did The Dilemma with Vince Vaughn and Kevin James. Like,
yeah, so many. Pirates. I saw him in concert. It's incredible.
Pirates of the Caribbean. Wait. Did he do the original Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like that's got to be the answer.
Yes.
That is a really good one.
The song.
Yeah.
He had said the musical legacy of Harry Potter is a touch point for composers everywhere, and we are humbled to join such a remarkable team on a project of this magnitude. The responsibility is something that myself, Kara, and Ans do not take lightly. Magic is all around us, often just beyond reach, but as in the world of Harry Potter, you simply must look for it. With this score, we hope to bring audiences that little bit closer to it whilst honoring what has come before.
You think he's like calling up John Williams just to, like, chat about it?
I don't know. I don't know what kind of state John Williams is in.
Right, you're bringing up John Williams again, and we just found out he's 93. We don't know if he's a active 93 or is he a silent 93.
We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know.
Yeah.
But no, John Williams did Sorcerer's Stone, Chamber, and Prisoners of Azkaban. And then there's different ones for Patrick Doyle did Goblet of Fire, Nicholas Hooper did Order of the Phoenix, Half-Blood Prince, Alexandre
But he laid the
Despot did
groundwork.
Deathly House. Oh yeah, I mean
Everything after that point is just
one and two score wise is as good as it gets.
Yeah.
Really. So I imagine that he will honor John Williams' genius and find ways to, you know, put his own spin on it. That'll be great and twinkly and magical, and people will love it because he is also working on Euphoria and Dune Part 3 right now.
Wow.
Euphoria.
Yeah.
I forgot about
One
that.
of my dad's worked with the Hans Zimmer before.
Really?
Yeah. On like GMA stuff.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
I mean, the man is a genius.
The man knows pitch.
Yes, that man knows pitch. Yeah. But yes, I'm very much looking forward to that.
Hi, Ria, Fran, and Noah. This is Allie from Connecticut. I am calling for your guys' opinion. I just got meet and greet tickets for Boston, and I'm so excited to meet you guys. My hot take, and this is going to offend some Wicked fans, but I am a big Crazy Rich Asians girly. I'm reading the book right now, Fran. I'm on the third book, and I want to know your guys' opinion, or if anybody knows if this is true. But I am really upset that the second movie has been tabled for so long, and rumor is because of Wicked, because of John Chu. And as a Crazy Rich Asian girly, I am really mad about this. So I wanted to know your guys' if you have an opinion on it being tabled, or if anyone out there knows if it is because John Chu being tied up with Wicked. I'm so excited to meet you guys in Boston. I think it's a sign. It is my mom's death anniversary on that day, and I'm just so excited to spend time with you guys and the fans. So I will see you soon. Thank you. Bye.
Well, I'm happy that you're spending that day with us.
First off, we are very, very happy to be spending it with you and can't wait to meet you. And on top of that, I'm kind of with you. I feel like we've been pushed aside because of Wicked, although very important for John to focus on with Wicked. I have to give it to him that it was an important task to take on, but we have been waiting for Crazy Rich Asians 2. We haven't gotten what we needed from that.
I agree, but at the same time, I just don't have it in the same arena for me of like just pure excitement. Like I was just Wicked was just so much more exciting to me than another Crazy Rich Asians movie. I know that they were obviously planning on doing it. There are multiple books. So the story is all there. But when it didn't happen right away, the desire for it starts to diminish. So it's like when then it's years that it's okay. Now John Chu's been working on Wicked for how long? 6 years? Or it's just like, it's been a long time. And that's pushed that project further and further away. And the further it gets pushed away, I'm like, okay, fine. Like if we never get the second one, that's okay because the first one's so good.
Sometimes it feels like when it takes that long to give us a second one, it feels disconnected from the first.
It does.
It doesn't feel like
is it even
sequel.
worth it to
It
the first one's so beloved.
Right. The first one is so loved that I kind of forgot until you just mentioned it that we were waiting for a second one. So it's a good point. Although would love a second one, and I do agree that it is something that we are wanting.
When did that movie come out?
Have you guys
2018, 2019?
You've read all the books?
Before that, no?
Crazy Rich Asians?
2018.
Oh. I would have said like 16.
No.
I mean, not that drastically older, but 2018. Yeah, so he probably would have had to start, like they would have had to make it real quick.
Yeah, it's been 8 years now.
No, I'm just saying he's been working on Wicked since, but right after that, really.
I didn't realize that there were other books because in my mind, I'm like, where does it go from? I just know the movie now, but like, where does it go from? Like the movie kind of wrapped up in a nice way, I thought.
No, it does, but it just tells more of like their relationship.
So would that be set?
Dynamic.
Well, I forget how Crazy Rich Asians ended. Are they staying in Singapore or do they go back?
You don't know.
Because would the next movie be like them?
I kind of forgot.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't read the books.
The books. I want to say that I think
It'd be interesting to see them like in New York, I guess. But like, I feel like the whole movie is the family in Singapore.
I think I read these books. So the second one is China Rich Girlfriend, and it follows Rachel as she discovers her birth father's immense wealth in mainland China, introducing new characters and exploring the opulent world of the China Rich elite.
So it takes place in China.
Yes.
Just different Crazy Rich Asians.
Yeah, it's just Yep. And then the third one is I forget what the third one is called. Rich People Problems. And that book came out in 2017.
And that stars the Beckhams and the Pelts.
Yeah. Exactly. The plot revolves around 3 clans descending upon Shang Suyi's deathbed to attempt to be included in her will as she is allegedly extremely wealthy. The novel was preceded by Crazy Rich Asians, China Rich Girlfriend, 2 follow-ups, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I mean, these movies are supposed to be in development, so. But the second one was obviously, like we said, tabled.
Who knows?
Because he was a busy, busy guy, John M. Chu.
One of those, if we get it, great. If we don't, fine.
Yep.
All right, let's do one more.
Hi, Rita, Fran, Olive, Noah, everyone in the room.
Hi.
This is Ariel from Connecticut, and I'm curious what your guys' thoughts are on the Winter Olympics. Might be a hot take, but I actually love the Winter Olympics even more than the Summer Olympics. I think the snow sports are super fun, and it just feels like it has a different vibe. And what's nice is it's coming right off the end of NFL season, so even more sporting events to watch. So curious what your favorite events are, if you have them, and what you're looking forward to watching. All right. Love you guys. Thanks. Bye.
Wow. Couldn't be happier that you brought this up. I fucking love the Olympics. And I love watching Olympic coverage. And I love the Winter Olympics. I love the Summer
Olympics
too.
Any season. It's
give me
something to
whatever.
watch.
Yes, summer, winter, I'll take either. And I will say, as far as winter goes, figure skating is really jumps to the top for me. I love the figure skating. The ice dancing, all that, the pairs, the singles, the quads, everything that these people are doing. And I'm starting to get a lot of, the last couple months, been getting a lot of figure skating TikToks of nationals and all of those things where they're competing to make the Olympic team. I'm fired up. It's always great coverage, and the winter sports are fun. The skiing,
hockey,
and they're right. NHL players are playing this year.
Yeah,
which is big.
Were you as obsessed with figure skating as I was as a kid? Like, I just felt like I was so much more into figure skating. For some reason, there were multiple movies about figure skating.
I love the movies, but I wasn't like, get me on the ice.
Oh, I thought that I could have been a figure skater.
Yeah.
Never tried. But there's a new figure skating show coming out on Netflix.
Is
like
there?
some sort of like...
Oh, cutting edge.
Like
Netflix?
romantic,
yeah.
type of figure skating show. I think it's coming out this week, actually.
Oh, I actually really loved the cutting edge Christy Carlson Romano. I watched so much.
Oh, I loved Ice Princess.
Yeah.
I think there was another one, Figure...
Blades of Glory.
Was it Figure It Out? No, I'm talking about like the Disney girly.
Because the cutting edge, not even maybe the one with Christy Carlson was what, like the second one? They made like 3 or 4 of those.
There were multiple...
cutting edge going for gold.
There was another one besides Ice Princess that... Go Figure. Go Figure.
Yep.
But yes, there's a new Netflix Finding Her Edge.
Oh.
It's a YA drama.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure it comes out this week.
Yeah, all the winter like extreme sports, the snowboarding is always really cool. Yeah, I'm pumped. I'll be watching it all. I will say, like, I am and
where is it this year?
It's in Milan.
Okay, so not.
It's not like in the mountains aren't in Milan. It's outside, but it's all around.
Yeah.
It's all mostly like northern Italy.
But not terrible.
Italy Olympics.
The time difference is always like a factor where like if I'm not watching it live, it doesn't feel like as exciting to me because a lot of times if it's like across the other side of the world,
yeah. Mm-hmm. No, well, all the big things will be on at probably 2, 3 o'clock.
Yeah,
and then of course then they show it again in prime time. But no, I'm excited for the Winter Olympics. You guys know I'm a merch girl. And when Ralph Lauren does their Team USA stuff, like I am all over it. I walked in to the Ralph Lauren outlet in Woodbury Commons on Saturday. And they had the full display of all the Olympic gear. And I was like, oh my God, I cannot buy all this stuff right now. But I did get a few items.
Yeah.
So when you see me rocking a Ralph Lauren Team USA Olympic sweater, I got one of those and I got a fleece.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited to be wearing it they're very winter Olympic-y. I had to put down the white teddy bear in the ski suit sweater because let me tell you, I picked it up and it was like there was one left. But it's like a $500 sweater.
Yeah.
It's like a $500 sweater. So I was like, I can't be. It's ridiculous.
So
of me.
cute, but yes.
But it's adorable. It's an absolutely adorable sweater. And Ralph Lauren crushed. I think like the Olympic, especially the winter, is so cute. So
J. Crew had some cute stuff too.
yeah. I like to get in my gear. So I was very excited when I saw
it's all very
of it.
cute.
Yeah. Yep. So we will be tuning in.
We will be tuning in and maybe wearing merch as well.
Yeah.
All right. That wraps up the Pop Corner. You can keep calling in every single week. We post the number online and we'll keep taking all of your guys' opinions. Thank you guys for calling in.
You know what we're leaving behind in 2025? Old, scratchy toilet paper, that dry, scratchy stuff that's, you're leaving uncomfortable. It's not a good experience. And you're saying hello to clean with perfectly moist, actually cleansing, good wipes. We're starting off this year the cleanest we've ever been, which means you're going to feel the best. So cheers to really taking care of yourself and making sure that, you're not using that itchy toilet paper anymore. Good Wipes is actually flushable. It's made with plant-based fibers, so they break down easily. And it's made for sensitive skin, made with clean ingredients and safe for sensitive skin, while many other wipes can cause irritation. Good Wipes are extremely gentle, and they're super soft. I think they're so much softer than other wipes. They've got a great texture, no greasiness, and they don't leave behind like a weird film. Grab Good Wipes at Target or Walmart so you can upgrade your restroom routine. As a special offer to Chicks in the Office listeners, Good Wipes is giving you your first pack for free. Buy any package in store, text them your receipt, and get reimbursed almost immediately. For more details, head to goodwipes.com/CITO. Again, that's goodwipes.com/CITO to snag a free pack of Good Wipes. All right, everyone, we are here with a very special guest. We have Anthony Ramos in studio. We are so excited to have you here. We've been chatting already because this new show, The Beauty, is insane. And it is, I think it's going to be really, really highly talked about. I know that the trailer went crazy viral. So what are you hearing about the show before the first episode is out today, but what have the whispers been like pre the show coming out?
I'm getting a lot of people who have seen it, who've watched some of the episodes, like, you know, who've gotten some screeners and stuff. They're like, yeah, this is one of the craziest shows I've ever seen in my life. But it's a wild concept, right? It's a crazy concept about a drug that can turn you into the best version of yourself. Mm-hmm. And, you know, and there's a lot on the market kind of available, you know, to help us achieve that, you know, whatever that is, you know, or whatever our version of that we're aiming to achieve. You know, there are things available to help us get there. So, yeah, people are like, yo, this show is crazy. I didn't expect people are blowing up and shit. And, you know, like, you know, there's like, you know, my character's wild. This assassin who works for, you know, is hired by Ashton's character, the corporation. He basically is like the creator of the drug. He has the drug. He's the soul. Like, he wants to monopolize this drug, but it's getting kind of out of control and people selling it on the black market. And he's kind of like, you know, hires this assassin to go around the world and kill anyone who's doing that. And, you know, that's where my character comes in.
Yeah, it is really a wild concept, the lengths people will go to achieve this, you know, highest standard of beauty, even if they know that all these bad things can happen as well. It's like, well, you know, it's not the perfect drug because there's a lot of downside to what can happen, but they want to look their best.
Yeah, I mean, I think people don't care.
Yeah.
Like, we've been doing interviews talking about it lately, and like listening to Ashton talk about it. You know, he's got his venture capital firm, and they invest in certain tech companies and this and that. And he's like, yeah, man, you know, he made a really good point the other day. He said, it's interesting how people are afraid of needles. People are just like, they're like, no, do not give me a flu shot. Don't give me a COVID shot. Don't give me, but poke my ass in the forehead, please. Get that Botox right here and right here.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just interesting, you know, I guess you know, we'll bend the rules for ourselves sometimes. We're like, yeah, no, I won't do that, but I'll only do that for that, you know. And I think for beauty specifically, I think people take like big risks.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, there's definitely been a lot of conversation about like the beauty standard and all that going on, especially, you know, I know that there's been connections with like, you know, GLP-1s, and then you watch this show and they're basically like, hey, here's like that instant fix, and in only the way Ryan Murphy can do it is just like take it to the nth degree and scare the shit out of people. Yeah. Really like just make it as terrifying as possible. But you know, Ryan has this kind of current day horror genre. He does it so well. What were your expectations going into Ryan Murphy production?
I didn't have any expectations, honestly. I didn't know what to expect. You know, it's my first time working with Ryan. I loved it. I had a great time. This is probably my favorite role I've ever done.
Really?
Yeah, in my life for sure. Like I got to do so many. I mean, there's probably like In the Heights maybe is a close right there, but this one, I just got to do so much. You know, I got to explore so many different sides of myself as an actor, and you know, and he's a really interesting character. He's like psychotic, but then he's like empathetic, but he's like old, but he's not. You know, like
right.
you know what I'm saying?
So many layers.
Yeah, he's wild. He's wild, and he's also like he also wears these beautiful clothes, and his hair is like slick back, and but he's a killer, and he's but he's charismatic, and he likes to have fun killing people, which is crazy. Like he's having a great time. He's like, look, man, like I didn't mean to do this, but like we're here. I have to kill you. Like we might as well have a good time while we're here. And it's just wild getting into the mind of a character like that and exploring that character. But Ryan was really gracious in like allowing me to create the character with him. You know, he said to me on the call, he's like, I want to work with you to create the role of your dreams, like the role that you've always wanted to play. And it's not every day that you get somebody like him, you know, on the phone being like, hey man, like we want to create the role that you've always wanted to play. So yeah, it was but it was a wild ride. I mean, the show's great. The show's insane.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know what was happening most of the time.
Right.
Most of the time, like, I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah, that is really cool though, because like you said, you've been a part of so many amazing projects. Was it not until after you wrapped up that you were like, that was my favorite role?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
After I wrapped, after we wrapped, because you start getting, because the scripts start rolling out as you're shooting. So I'm getting another script and then another script. I'm like, oh, this is a great monologue. Oh, wow, this is a fun fight sequence. Oh, this is crazy. Like, this scene is really cool. Or that scene is really cool. And that outfit is dope. You know, like so you start to gradually see how the episodes are rolling out. And and over time I was like, damn, this might be the coolest. This might be the coolest role I've ever done.
Is this outfit, sort of something we could see in the show? I know that when you walked in, I said it was cool, and you said, do not ask who it is. Don't ask who it is, because I don't know, but it is a sick outfit.
Yeah, I put on the costume and assume the role.
You got the red bottoms on.
Yeah, come on.
It does kind of feel like,
prop them up right there.
Prop them up.
It does.
Which camera?
We got 4 angles of the red bottoms.
You get a good zoom on
My
those bad
publicist
boys.
over there laughing.
She's like, why did she
always,
bring that
she
up?
always got her fingers crossed when I'm doing this type of shit. She's like this.
No, this is a safe space.
No.
We had
and honestly, a full black leather outfit is it is. Your character is just called the assassin. There's no name.
I just tried to,
embody that.
Halloween is every day for me. You know what I'm saying?
Would if there was a drug like this out there, would you consider it at all?
No, absolutely not. Because there's just so many side effects to, like, I don't even take medicine if I don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, my friends, like, if I even feel a little sick, my friends like, oh, here's some this or here's that. I'm like, nah. Ginger, tea,
water,
turmeric,
water,
lots of it, garlic. I said, don't get too close. Might melt you.
Get the vampires away.
Got to. Yo.
No, that's the answer. That's my husband's answer is very similar to that too. If I'm like, I feel like I'm getting a little sick, he's like, are you drinking enough water? It's like, don't take anything else. It's always first.
The pills are crazy. I remember one time I got an appendectomy, and they put me on some painkillers, and I was like they gave me that first dose. I mean, what was crazy was it was like 2 weeks after opening night on Broadway. This was 10 years ago. Opening night, we opened on Broadway for Hamilton, and then.
And your appendix burst?
Yo, my appendix was about to burst. I had to get an emergency. This was in between shows. I'm like in my dressing room, and I'm like, maybe it's because I'm hungry. So I ordered some Cuban food. I'm over here eating some rice and chicken. I'm like, yo, it ain't that. So I called out of the show. I go to my brother's apartment. He lived a few blocks away from the theater, and I'm just chilling. And I'm like, bro, I think I need to go to the hospital. I go to the hospital, and I guess I had like an audition for something that I really wanted the week after or something. So I go like this. I get to the hospital, and I'm like, hey man, I'm like, yeah, so my stomach is kind of hurting. They do a few tests on me, and they're like, all right, so we need to take you in now. I said, yo, you sure?
Yeah.
I was like, because I got this really important audition I got next week. Can we do it after that? And they're like, no.
Yeah.
Like you need to.
No, this needs to
we
come
need
out
to
now.
do this now.
Yeah.
And then they explained to me like, yeah, you're like I didn't know what appendicitis was, and if your appendix bursts, you can like die. And shit.
Like
So-
like the show. Like you're gonna explode.
100%.
Yeah.
So I'm like there, and finally they give me the surgery and stuff, and thank God everything went well. But they give me these pills, these painkillers, and I take these painkillers. I'm like, oh, this shit is incredible. I was like,
No, it's
yo,
you're just like it's a feeling. You're like, wait a second, for something that feels like not a major thing.
and I'm floating. I'm like
Yeah.
this. Damn. I'm like, this shit is crazy. And then they give it to me again, like 8 hours later or something. And I was like, yo, do me a favor. You know what? Don't give me any more of that shit. I said, don't give me any more of that shit, because that shit is incredible. And that's some shit that I'll get addicted to. So I said, you go ahead and keep that. Give me the regular Tylenol, and I'm going to thug it out until this shit wears off.
Yeah.
And give me some fucking ginger.
Yeah.
Wait, can we curse?
And
I
some
didn't ask for no
water.
ginger.
Yes, you
Some
absolutely
water.
can. I need some fucking water right
and
now.
I do kind of love that does sort of correlate with the show of like when, you know, we see in the first episode, we've watched the first episode. We haven't seen past that, but the first episode is out for everybody to watch. That when they get to this point, or even in the process of it, it's like water. They're running at such a high temperature. They're like trying to drink as much water
It's
as
like SpongeBob.
possible.
One shot makes you hot, baby.
Yeah,
One shot makes you hot.
and you're quite literally killing people for water.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy. What I love about Ryan's shows as well is you always get like a cast that when you see it, you're like, wow, this is such an interesting group of people that you would never expect to be in a show together. Where were you in the casting process? Like, were you early on? Were you later? When did you see everybody else that was going to be on the show?
I think I was pretty early on. I think maybe one or two people were cast before me. Ryan called me kind of early in the process. He called me. I think I was in Europe. I was like in a hotel room or something, like talking to him. And he's like, yeah, so I had this role. There were no scripts yet. And he just explained the show to me and explained what the show was going to be about. He was like, it's about this shot. It makes you beautiful. People start going crazy. Your character starts killing people. He starts explaining to me what we're doing in the show. I was like, yo, this show is wild. I was like, this is a wild concept. This is ambitious too. Yep. But I was like, I mean, if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be Ryan. So I was like, and I've been wanting to work with Ryan for a long time. So it was great. So we, I signed on. He gave me the part. I was blessed enough to be an executive producer on the show, and he just, he let me really build this role with him from the ground up.
Yeah.
And he just kind of catered it to me as the scripts were coming out, like the characters speaking more and more like me, like in real life. Yeah. I think the more we get to know each other, the more I'm starting to see the dialogue sound like things I would say in my everyday life. So it was so it was cool. It was great.
That is really cool, and we're excited to see the rest of the season because we know it's going to be insane. Yeah. You brought up, when you were on Broadway, which is, you're so good at being an on-screen actor, but also on stage. Yep. And you said that this was your favorite role, but is it different than doing theater?
It's different, yeah. I mean, even though, like, for example, I have this, you'll see in episode 3, I sing this whole Christopher Cross, like I'm in the car and I'm like listening to yacht rock before I go to kill somebody. Mm-hmm. And it's like, and I tell the guy, I'm like, hey man, this is how I get in the zone. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I'm singing this whole song
naturally
at the top of my lungs. And I remember Ryan sending me the song and he goes, I read the script and Ryan's like, yes, so I want you to learn the whole song. I was like, what you mean the whole song?
Yeah.
We're not gonna have time for me to sing the whole song. He's like, yeah, we might.
Yeah.
He's like, I want you to learn the whole song because you might sing the whole thing, or I'm at least gonna shoot you singing the whole thing. Needless to say, we shot. I sang like the whole first verse, the whole chord, like all the way up to the chorus. I sang a big chunk, and but I think what's cool about Ryan is he loves theater as well. He's like a theater connoisseur. He incorporates that stuff into his shows. We see it, and we see it a lot in this show too.
Yeah.
Even in the way he shoots, and so. But it's different. It's a different medium. Being on set for 12, 13, 14 hours is different than going to the theater and doing your show, or being on tour and singing for your hour, 2 hours on stage, or whatever it is. And you know what you're doing. You give it your all for that window of time, and then you get out of there. But like when you're on set, especially when you're shooting at night, you're like, it could be 3 a.m. They're like, all right, so it's time. It's time for, like, you've been waiting in your trailer for like 5 hours. Now they're like, okay, cool. So we're going to shoot you now. We're going to start with your close up. What? Why? Then it's a crying scene. So it's 3 a.m. You just woke up from a nap and you're like, all right, I got to get into this. This person just died or something. Right. And you're like, or, your heart's being broken or whatever it is on screen. And you got to cry and be emotional after waiting in your trailer for 5 hours, or or you just got off the phone from a crazy call, whatever it is, or it's, you just kind of got to snap into it in a different way.
Right. Totally different working schedules, and I'm sure different routines.
Totally different schedule. Yeah. I mean, like, you're on set, we're getting up at 4:35 in the morning, whatever it is. You're in hair and makeup chair, you're like half a human.
Yeah.
And then, they fix you up.
Yeah.
Are you a coffee drinker?
I drink coffee, yeah.
Got to get through those 12-hour days with some coffee.
Got to. Yeah. But it's so early sometimes that they like, this ever happened to you? Like, it's so early in the morning, you're like, I don't even want to eat breakfast right now.
Yes.
All the time.
It makes your stomach hurt.
Yeah.
The thought of it, you can't.
It's like I feel like when you're traveling early, sometimes I feel that way too. If I see, especially eggs, like if I see eggs pre 6 a.m., I'm like,
the egg smell pre 6 a.m. is crazy.
Like, this is gross.
Pre 6 a.m. egg smell is wild.
You're like, I'm absolutely not eating this right now. Right, but. Sometimes you don't have a choice, but so it's which is so different than like doing theater. Of course, you have a later curtain call for most of the time. Yeah. But half hour. Yeah. Hamilton is so iconic and so discussed and so like just in the pop culture zeitgeist forever as just being such a groundbreaking show, and everybody loved it. Everybody saw it. Everybody wanted to be in that theater. Did you have any crazy like massive celebrities that came through early on that really wanted to go see that show?
Early on?
Yeah.
You know what's wild? Busta Rhymes was one of the first people to see the show.
Really?
Off Broadway. And now I'm actually friends with Bus. Like,
really?
Yeah, and he's actually developing a project. Called me up, like we've been talking on the phone. Like, it's just so wild to see what has come from that show. I remember like he came to the show and he's like, he gives us like this 30-minute speech or whatever it was, like 40 minutes or something like that. And he's just telling us how inspired he was, and then he was on tour at that time, and he's like, yo, I'm changing my whole costume. Like, I was gonna come in, I had this entrance, and I was gonna do this and that, and like, I'm not even gonna do that no more. I'm gonna come in a full king cloak with a crown. Like, yo. And he for real did it.
Yeah.
Told his team go get him a cloak and a crown and all that, and came out in his tour like that.
That's amazing.
Killed it too. It was amazing.
It's like you get inspiration from everything.
But he was one of the earliest celebrities that came that really that I was super excited. Spike Lee was another one. He came like 7 times.
Yeah.
Spike. I was so excited to meet Spike. I'm from Brooklyn, so Spike is Brooklyn, a staple. His office is still in Fort Greene.
Yeah,
and and then getting to work with Spike later on, doing She's Gotta Have It, doing the show on Netflix and doing 2 seasons of that and he directed every episode. So just working with him like that and creating the relationship that we created from that show, you know. So yeah, a lot of amazing memories. Yeah. Jim Carrey, crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, Obama.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Like
right. That's like insane.
Yeah.
Then it started getting crazy. Like, I mean, it was like,
it
was all,
would you guys know beforehand if somebody was in the audience, or was like you do the whole show and then afterwards they're like, hey, Obama's here. He'd love to meet all of you.
Most of the time we knew.
You do? Yeah.
You knew?
Yeah.
Did that make you a little bit more nervous, or you just go out there and do the same thing?
No.
It's like, at that point, does it become muscle memory at a certain point?
I mean, you're doing the shit with your eyes closed at that point. Like, I mean, like...
With your appendix bursting.
I could roll out of bed and do the show, you know, like, it was like that. You know, you just know it like that.
Do you miss it?
No.
I love the straight up answer.
Yeah, 100%. That's it. Yeah, no. I loved it. It was great, but I don't miss it.
How long did you do the show?
I did over like 600 performances. I think I did for 2.5 years. In total, I was in it for a month for like a workshop. Then we had 6 months off, and then we did it off Broadway for like 6 months, and then we had a month and a half off, and then a year and a half on Broadway. So however much time that
long time.
up to. Yeah.
That's a lot of shows.
Yeah, a lot of shows.
which just definitely makes sense why it would be muscle memory. Going through all the projects you've done a lot of amazing things, but I think that and everyone jokes about it, that there's like a New York actor rite of passage of being on a Law and Order
Law and Order, baby. You got to. SVU specifically, but Law and Order.
Or some kind of Law and Order, which you did. I love to hear about your experience.
Yeah, it was wild. You know, they actually offered, what was crazy, I was surprised. I did Law & Order, and then like 2 years later, they offered me another guest star on Law & Order for like a lawyer role. And I was like, can you do this? Like, I was like,
let's just forget.
There's no rules on that show.
Yeah, they were like, yo, you didn't really say much anyway, so we'll give you a part where you can like talk more. And because no one remembers when you played the rapist in the other episode. It was the most stereotypical crazy shit. Like, it's 2 Latinos and a black guy, and we're playing a rapist, and I'm like, damn, guys, and we're raping this white girl. I'm like, what is happening here? What kind of casting is this shit?
And then they were like, you know what? We want you to be a lawyer 2 years later.
And they said, no. We're going to make it right. We're going to make you a lawyer. You're a lawyer this time. And you're talking this time.
We're making up for it.
But
which you didn't do.
Which I didn't do.
Yeah.
Right. I ended up not doing that part, but needless to say, like, I did have a good time doing Law and Order. It was my first kind of guest star on a TV show. I love Mariska. She's amazing. I sang at her birthday.
I think she just did an interview with it. She was just on Amy Poehler's. But I think she's want to say that, was it Hamilton that she said she like she would just call and have a seat?
Probably. She came to the show so many times. She was like a real fan.
I think she was like, she asked Amy like how many times she saw it, and she's, maybe a couple, and she was like 40. Like she was like, I've seen it so many times. I would just walk into the theater, they'd have an extra seat for me somewhere.
To every one of Anthony's 600 performances.
That's great. That's great. Maybe though. Like, it's wild. But
so you sang at her birthday.
I did. I sang at her birthday. It was really beautiful. I sang Maria from West Side Story at her birthday.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, her husband Peter texted me. He's like, hey man, would you sing this at Mariska's birthday? She loves this song. The song means a lot to her. And I did. Yeah, she was like weeping in the front. I was like, damn. It was a really, really beautiful moment for me.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I was really grateful to be able to do that. She's amazing. She's amazing. And she's a legend. Like that show has created so many opportunities. It's open doors. Like it is a rite of passage. Like there's something special about getting your first TV gig. Like it is a big deal for an actor to be like, yo, I'm gonna be on TV. I mean, I remember that feeling when I got that part. First of all, you get paid different as a guest star than a co-star. A co-star role is like, you may be a day player, you get paid a little less. As a guest star, you're like, ooh, hold up, this is a little bit more. I might be able to pay my month for I might be able to pay this rent for like 3 months. And then, and you get a little bit of a bigger trailer, and and typically those parts are a little bigger. In this case, what was awesome was I got funny stories. Like, God rest her soul, my old landlady, Lucille. I just found out recently she passed away because when I was running the marathon. I'm kind of going all over the place with this story, but I'll bring it back.
We're following.
Where you are. We are.
We're in it.
I was training for the marathon, and I ran past my old apartment in Astoria, Queens, and I had this landlord named Lucille, this old lady, but with this gravelly voice, and she was such a beautiful. She always looked out for us, though. Me and my roommate, we were super broke all the time, and she was always lenient with us. We paid her rent in cash. She had this little apartment upstairs, and we both lived there and paid like $500 or $550 a month or something like that. We split each. I was paying $550, he was paying $550, and she would always give, be lenient on us. Like she'd give us like an extra 5-10 days to pay, because I was working at a bakery at the time. Even in between Hamilton, even before we got on Broadway, I wasn't really making any money. So it was genuinely like scraping by. But all that to say was, when I got that part on Law and Order, I told Lucille, I'm like, yo, Lucille, I'll be on TV. She's like, oh yeah? Yeah. No, Lucille, I'll be on TV. Okay. When is your episode? I said, I can't remember when, but I gave her the date. She's like, okay, I'll be on the lookout. She had this little TV on her like dining room table that she would watch. All of a sudden, I go to pay her the rent. After the episode comes out, I'm feeling myself. I'm like, ooh, yup, I got the rent on time. I got 2 months rent. I think I tried to pay her 2 months or something.
Like, here's 2 months.
Yeah, like I was feeling myself.
Take my deposit.
Take it all. And I'm like, Lucille, I was just on Law and Order. Did you see it? She's like, I saw your episode. I said, oh, you saw it? She said, you didn't say much. I was like, okay, Lucille.
Lucille humbled you quick. Yeah.
Here's the $550. I'm gonna take my no line having ass back upstairs. Think about how I could be more successful in this career.
Not impressed.
Not impressed at all. But she,
That's so funny though.
But yeah, that's my Law and Order.
Oh well, I bet she kept watching. So it's
hopefully. Yeah, she was a nice lady though, man. She looked out for me all the time. Yeah, she looked at me and my roommate Jacob, who I went to college with. Yeah, we lived there for 2 years. Yeah, she was dope.
Have you lived anywhere else but New York?
Yeah, I live in Miami now.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I'm between Miami and New York.
That's kind of the move.
Still got one foot in.
You can't fully leave. Got to get to that warm weather.
I think you're certainly not the first one to do the Florida New York split now, because it's hard out here year round.
She said, yo, that seasonal depression is
really,
crazy,
it's
bro.
deep right now in January.
January, it hits you hard. The holidays are over.
We're headed to Florida soon. We got to get out.
You just got to keep telling yourself it's the holiday season.
Yeah.
No, summer's around the corner is what I say. It's still cold.
It's like it's Christmas until it's summer.
Exactly.
Right? Just keep your tree up.
Summer.
Keep the lights up.
Yeah.
You might as well, right?
How are you liking Miami?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. It was the most unexpected move. I never planned on living there. I thought it'd be LA before, I thought LA would be probably first before anywhere else, but I was doing a lot of writing sessions, writing a lot with the pop writers out there and the Latin writers out there, just writing English, Spanish tracks. And I kept taking these trips back and forth from here to New York. This was probably like 2022. I was like, yo, it's kind of fire out here. I was like, yo, the weather's nice.
Yeah.
I got banging food out here.
Food's good.
The beach.
Yep.
And I love the beach.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? And then, I started, and I was staying a lot in, do y'all know Miami a little bit?
A little,
so I was staying a lot in Brickell, right?
Yeah.
Brickell's like the closest thing to the city, New York City-ish vibes, right? You can walk.
Brickell's awesome.
Yeah, you don't have to drive.
Great restaurants. Yep.
Great restaurants. So I'm there, I'm staying in Brickell, and I'm like, yo, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to rent an apartment here for a year and see how I like it. And I did. And I just kept taking these trips back and forth. And I was like, yo, I'm just going to buy a crib here. I just made the decision. I was like, no, this is it. This is home.
Yeah.
This is where I'm going to be.
Sometimes you just get that feeling. It's like you're in the place, you're like, I need to be here.
Yeah, but it changes all the time. Like one time I was like, I think I'm going to move to Montreal. For real.
You visit a place, you love it just from that 1 week that you've been.
I worked there in 2021, and I'm talking about I love Montreal.
Yeah.
Like I was, taking trips back and forth, like spending time there. And then Puerto Rico is always an option.
Yeah.
Puerto Rico is always like, if all else fails,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get me a nice little crib in PR.
Yeah.
Right by the beach with my little acapulco in my hands. You know what I'm saying?
Sounds
Chilling.
real nice.
Yeah.
From scraping up $500 for Lucille.
Right.
Yeah.
To
Shout
going to
out
Miami
Lucille.
being like, I think I might just buy a place.
Right. Yo. No, I'm grateful. It's
It's been really cool to watch because you've gotten to do a lot of really cool and different projects, which has been like from jumping around to new things and big movies, TV shows. Like we loved Twisters.
Thanks.
That was a favorite, and so it's just like now you get summer blockbuster and now back to TV. But what was it like working on a massive movie like that?
It was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fun getting to work on big films. Big movies with big ass fans blowing and the water, in the street.
That's one where you have the weather element comes into play.
Yeah, all of that.
He's like, no shit. It was fun.
Yeah. It was a good time. It was like
Yeah.
the special effects, like, Daisy, Glenn, our director, Isaac, Dave Vengus, our first AD. Like the whole team was so cool, like, and fun. And we were in Oklahoma, and we were in Oklahoma for about 4 months. I think the toughest part of that shoot was probably coming back after the strike. The actors were on strike for like I don't even know how long it was, and we had 2 weeks left of filming for Twisters, and we had to come back in the wintertime.
Oof.
So I'm like, yo, we shooting summer scenes in the winter in Oklahoma, and I didn't know it got cold in Oklahoma, like for real cold.
Yeah.
So we're like, they did this thing where we had to put ice cubes. We had to like suck on ice cubes before each take. So that way, I guess it helped with the, like the mist that comes out when you're talking.
Right.
I don't know what they
Yeah.
call that. And so apparently you take the ice cube, and then right before they call action, you're like, and you're doing your lines. They call action, and you go, and it helps.
Right.
For nothing to come out.
So that the cold air, you
so
can't see
the
the
cold
cold
air, you can't see it come
So
out.
you're
of
like,
While
right.
you're
You're watching,
talking.
you're like,
crazy.
It's supposed to be summer. It looks like that guy. It looks
It
like it's
looks
35
like he's
degrees.
freezing his
Right.
balls off.
Right.
Why are his lips purple?
are trembling. You're like,
You're like, he can't see his
Why-
own breath.
you don't need the fans. You don't need the fans then when the wind is that
No,
strong.
poor Daisy and Glenn. They had to shoot a scene. I don't know if y'all remember this scene where they fall into this big like pool outside of this motel, and he like saves her, and he's like, just hang on, like whatever he was, whatever Glenn said to her in the scene where they holding on to the pole, and she's like panicking and shit, and he's like, that scene they shot in the cold, like the cold Oklahoma winter. And those fans are blowing on them, and they splashing all that water on them, and I was just like, yo, dang.
That's
They
brutal.
are earning every dollar.
Yeah.
Oh, they earning every dollar.
This is blockbuster.
Yeah, but they doing all right. They doing all right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. They're doing all right.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
they
Worth
think
it.
they survived.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Just right.
Worth it.
Little name, Glenn Powell.
Little name.
Right.
You can see that guy everywhere.
Just a little guy.
Oh my God, that's so insane
The
though,
actor that could.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Crazy.
You feel so silly though, like for us, we would never know anything about that, but the ice cube trick, it's like, it blows your mind.
Yeah, I didn't
How
know
do they
anything
learn
about that.
these things?
Yeah, I don't know. Over time, I guess
Right.
this is what they've been doing since back in the day or whatever.
Right.
Like old tricks, but it worked. It
Yeah.
worked. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, stuff like
Definitely.
that.
Well, we are so excited to watch the rest of The Beauty. I think it's just going to get crazier and crazier. I mean, we were talking a little bit even before we started about the rest of these episodes. And I said, if this is what's happening in episode 1, I can only imagine where it goes from here. So I can't wait to see what else happens.
It's gonna be crazy. It's wild. I saw all 11 episodes, and it's for sure the one. Like probably the other show that I would say matches up with the craziness is probably The Boys. You ever seen that show, The Boys?
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit on that show where you're just like
Yes.
stuff they say,
Right.
things the guy with the octopus and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
You're like, oh my gosh. You know, like there's
Yep.
but this show is probably right on par with.
That's a good comparison because I was going to say I definitely feel like I had very similar feelings watching the first episode of of The Boy versus like the first episode of The Beauty, where like right away you're just like, wait, what the fuck just happened? I had to rewind. I was like, wait a second, this is and it starts off strong.
And that's what pulls you in episode after episode because you want to see the crazy stuff that's happening.
It definitely does.
But wait till you see the transformations, yo.
Yeah.
The transformation.
I'm excited to see that, but
people
nervous.
turning into the like people after they get the beauty and then transforming.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, it's
even
kind
just
of like
episode 1, I was like, oh my God, is this guy about to be Jeremy Pope? Like, you're like, wait, what?
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is
Yeah.
crazy.
It's crazy.
And before we wrap up, what I'd like to say, it is kind of like fitting with society these days when people get work done, and sometimes it looks great, and sometimes you're like, whoa, we need to do it. We need to do all that.
Damn.
Yeah.
Unrecognizable.
Yeah.
Like, yo, there's a few inches too far back, mama. Damn, G.
Yeah.
Right.
But like, you never, it's but also the show is not really I wouldn't say the show is judging people. I think the show is just shedding a light on the lengths that people will go to achieve the maximum level of beauty in their mind.
With the pressure that society
And the
can
pressure,
bring.
like,
Pressure.
Yeah, we get told every day what's beautiful. Like, do your hair this kind of way. This is how many makeup tutorials are people going to watch? How many?
I can tell you.
How to, this is how you get abs. This is how you, this is how you get the take the lines off your forehead. And there's just constant pressure for us to be.
Everybody's looking for a quick fix.
Yeah.
Which I think is a perfect example in this show of being like, it's just one little,
Yeah.
Just
and at the end of the day,
just
maybe one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
At the end of the day, beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
It
so
is.
Yeah.
you may think, oh, that, like you said, wear your hair this way. Somebody might like it that way,
Yeah.
But it's interesting because beauty is different to everyone.
Yep.
And I think that because it's different to everyone, it's like we're essentially trying to achieve something that's impossible.
Exactly. Exactly.
Like it will not. You will.
Yeah. You'll
what,
literally
What
explode.
even is that? What
Right.
even is? You will explode.
You will
it's an impossible standard.
Mentally.
Yeah, exactly. Like it really. That's why it's so interesting. Is it's like while these people are actually exploding, is like you will mentally explode if you try and.
But if you want some
strive
bow
for that
ties,
all the
go
time.
ahead. Do you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's no shade.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
do what you gotta do. You know
everyone
what I'm
do
saying?
their own
Whatever.
thing.
Yeah,
But
whatever.
it's so interesting, and I love that you said we get to hear you sing, which I think is going to be amazing because
Yeah, it's crazy.
you just
Scene.
Grammy Award winning song. It's just like a singer, so we get to hear that too. And I know we're getting to wrap up, and there's so much more I want to talk to you about, but thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Yes.
We
Thank
really
you so
appreciate
much.
it. That first episode of The Beauty is out now on FX, and you can stream it on Hulu as well.
Yeah.
So everyone, make sure you're tuning in.
Thanks. Are y'all from New York, by the way?
Yes.
We're adjacent. Well, she's
I'm
New
from
York.
New York.
She's
Yeah.
from New York.
Well, I'm from Long Island.
Oh, you're from Long Island?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard it. I was
New
like, hold
Jersey.
up, you sound
But
like.
she's Long Island. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, are you from Bensonhurst? You sound like my friends from school and shit.
I get that a lot.
You went to New Utrecht High School?
Amazing. Well,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anthony, thank
anyway.
you so much.
Yeah,
Yes,
thanks for
thank
having
you
me.
so much.
This was fun.
All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Just a reminder, tickets are on sale for our next tour, and we want to see your freaking beautiful faces
Yes,
there.
we do.
We love you guys so very much, and we'll talk to you on Friday.
Yeah, Chicks in the Office. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Look at the charts, who does it the best? 2 chicks getting paid in reality checks. You can find them at the gym, it's not